Face came from 𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀 where it still don't sleep. Raised by his mom, pops ghost in the street. Concrete cradled him, lullabies and sirens. Pain made him sharper than a shank in Rikers. Crip rags in his closet, but his heartbeat wise. New lost at 10, saw a soul leave eyes. Mama,
what's going on, y'all? We gotta get started here. Ancient blood, modern power. Let's talk about it.
We met on Spruce, locked in, no flinch. Blood couldn't make us closer by an inch. Face was a warrior, cold but kind. He ain't just survived, he redesigned.
Congratulations, gladiators, they graduated. I'm glad you made it through all the hatred. I hated it, couldn't be the fate debated, but it's for me that I'll never fade. See that look close, all over flesh. Keep your circle tight, put the fake to rest. Some burn bridges, some burn the set. Some earn stripes, some place they bet.
Trip came from LA, raised by his queen. No pops, just hunger and gangster dreams.
Y'all come in, hit that like button. Let's show some love, man.
Dodge fake daily, ran with wolves.
Show some love. We about to get started. Let's get to it.
After dark, and mine answered like, that's my son from the start. I gave Trip structure, he gave me fire. Two halves of war, faith and desire. We chased skirts, fought ops, baptized in sin. Banged out pride with bloodstained grin. Loyal to the soul, not just the turf. We ain't find heaven, we dug it from earth.
Congratulations, gladiators, they graduated. I'm glad you made it through all the hatred. I hate it. Couldn't be the fate debated, but it's more me than I'll never fade. See that look close, all over flesh. Keep your circle tight, put the fake to rest. Some burn bridges, some burn set. Some earn stripes, some place they bet.
I'm too much, raised in the IE
Come
flame.
on.
Pops a vet with the scars and aim. He taught me to move with a soldier's poise. But my brothers taught me how to hear the noise. My dad gave face, me and Trip that guide. Their moms hugged me like I never left their side. We ain't shared blood, but we shared that pain. Shared the same block, same hood, made chains. From chasing women to ducking raids. From stick-up missions to street parades. We stood 10 toes, built from the mud. Now gladiators crowned in brotherhood love.
Congratulations, gladiators, they graduated. I'm glad you made it through all the hatred. I hate it. Couldn't be the fate debated, but it's for me that I'll never fade. See that look close, all over flesh. Keep your circle tight, put the fake to rest. Some burn bridges, some burn the set. Some earn stripes, some place they bet.
Where you get that one from? All right, get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. We about to get started here. Get the likes up.
I'm too much raised in the IE flame. Pops of it with the scars and names.
The likes up.
He taught me to move with the soldier's voice, but my brothers taught me how to hear the noise. My dad gave face, me and Trip that guy. The moms hugged me like I never left their side. We ain't shared blood, but we
SBA
shared
always doing great, ain't
shared
we?
the same block, same hood, name change. From chasing women to ducking raids, from stick-up ranch to street parades. We stood 10 toes, built from the mud. Now gladiators crowned
Get
in.
them likes up, y'all. Come on. Gladiators, graduate. I'm glad you made it. I hate it.
Couldn't be there, fate today, but it's more me than I'll never fade. See them look close, all over flesh. Keep your circle tight.
Put ginger in here.
Fake the rest. Some burn bridges, some burn the set. Some earn stripes, some place they bet. Some earn stripes, some place they bet. Some earn stripes, some place they bet. Some earn stripes,
Some place they bad. Come on, get them likes up, y'all. What's up, cousin? Get them likes up. We about to get to it. Come on, get them likes up. I'm gonna have to go back to the old Too Much, where I don't even talk until my likes get right. Cause we about to get into it. Get them likes up, y'all. Give me at least to 1K and we get started.
Every move I make for the fam, that's the fountain. Built from the struggle, integrity in my spine. Character solid, you can read between the lines. Talk what I live, they respect me when I speak. Name hold weight in the west and the east. Lessons from the block got me sharp like a blade. Made it out the fire, but the flame never fade. Soul made of steel, I don't shake, I don't run. I'm too much, I'm the moon and the sun. Everybody know me. Too much, too much.
When you see me on the street, I be on TikTok. Always standing on business. Everybody know me. When you see me on the street, I be on TikTok. Always standing on business. Get the mics up, y'all.
Legacy on my back, I don't bend, I don't fold. Too much to name, but I never do the most. Principles embedded, they don't come with a cost. I took every L like a boss never lost. Talk to the youth like a prophet in the street. Every bar is a jewel, every line is elite. Got the aura of a
Get them lights up, come on.
never loud, but when I step in the room,
I still move the crowd.
Stick it to the code, I don't break, I create.
I create.
Everything I built from the ground, that was great.
That was great.
I couldn't do it, now I'm living what I said.
What I said,
Too much, lead with heart, not just bread.
not just bread.
Too much.
When you see me on the street, I be on TikTok. Standing on business. Everybody know me. When you see me on the street, I be on TikTok. Always standing on business.
Mirror never lie, I reflect what's divine. Discipline the few, got my purpose in line. They imitate the stance, but the soul ain't matching.
I do it for the bloodline, never for the caption. Too much, realer than the lives they be living.
I'm the echo of the struggle, still risen. Woke in my
Miss
thoughts,
Peach,
still
what's up?
humble in my deeds. Planting righteous seeds while the world just feeds.
Come on.
Eyes on the prize, but my mind in the stars. Blueprint in my palms, no facade, no fraud. Speak truth in the world full of fiction
In
and
fronts, too much, I'm the future they want. When you see me on the street, I be on TikTok. Always standing on business. Yeah, standing tall for the lineage. Nothing less, always more. All right, we about to get to it, y'all. Yeah, standing tall for the lineage. Never less, always more. What's good, everybody? Oh, we can wait for some more people to get up in here, though. But we about to get started, y'all. Listen, I want to talk about haplogroups. If we're African, how come we don't have the same haplogroup? How come our phenotype is different? How come we're much taller, faster, stronger? If we have the same, if we're the same, how come there's no country that will accept Black Americans? If we are African, where is the country for Black Americans? Where's our country at? What tribe do we all come from? Where's the Black American tribe in Africa? How come when we do our DNA, right? We do our DNA, where are our ancestors at? Shouldn't we still have living ancestors if we're all from Africa? Where is my great grandfather at? Where's he at? He should be walking around on the continent of Africa right now. Right? What haplogroup are Africans? What's their haplogroup? Do they even know what a haplogroup is? I'm from Mars, maybe. Maybe I'm from Mars. Maybe I'm from the desert lands of Mars. Maybe all Black Americans came from Mars. I don't know. But I know this, right? This is what I do know. We have a unique phenotype. Okay? And just like a Japanese is going to get mad if you call them Korean, Korean's going to get mad if you call them a Chinese. You don't think a Black American's going to get mad if you call them an African? I am E1B1A. Okay. Well, most African Americans, we have an L. We have some E, but we have an L. We have the L, and some of us have the R. Right? Those who know their haplogroup. Africans have an A, right? Isn't their haplogroup A? Isn't theirs A? Right? Caribbeans, they have a whole nother. Some of them have similar haplogroups to us, right? But they got a whole nother haplogroup as well too. So what I'm saying is, can't you just respect the fact that we are different, that we are not the same? We definitely don't think the same. You know what's disrespectful when I keep hearing, "Oh, you look like my cousin, nigga. You look like my uncle, nigga." And when they lying, and then when they show you a picture of their uncle, their cousin, you look at that forehead, you look at that hairline, and you just be like, "Come on, man. The skin complexion is not even the same, because we're more copper colored over here. That's just what it is. We're more copper colored. My cheeks will get red on you on that butt in the sun. I mean, what is it? E1B1A is American. Yeah, I mean we have a different haplogroup altogether. Have you ever heard of 𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀? Anybody ever heard of 𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀? You okay? Anyone ever heard of 𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀? Anybody know what that is? Make sure I'm saying his name right. Make sure I'm saying his name right. Okay, I'll find his name real quick. But in 2013, researchers identified a unique Y chromosome. Anybody know about 𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀? That his unique Y chromosome? In 2013, the haplogroup designated A00. I want y'all to Google haplogroup A00. In the DNA is Albert Perry. Sorry, Albert Perry. In the DNA of Albert Perry, who was a black American from South Carolina. This haplogroup represents the most basal branch of the human Y chromosome. So it's suggesting a common ancestor dating back approximately 275,000 years. I want you to understand that we are not the same. We are not the same. Yeah, it does. It goes back to Africa. It goes back to Cameroon, but it goes back to the original. It goes back to the original. What I'm saying is what we have popping over here in the Americas, they didn't have popping over there in Europe. They didn't have popping over there in Africa. Well, we had over just 10,000 years ago, just 1,000 years ago, the things that we were doing on this land was unique. When you Google what continent has the most pyramids, it's going to come up, the Americas. When you start and see where the pyramid idea and the originality of it came from, it started with the mounds. Sudan does not have the most pyramids, sir. Google it. Just Google it. Take time and just Google it. It's not the Sudan. We got more pyramids than they got in Africa. Most of our pyramids, believe it or not, are covered up. Covered up. Straight up. They built churches on top of it. Sudan is not the country with the most pyramids, sir. There is more pyramids in the Americas than there is in Africa. Okay? There's more pyramids in the Americas than there is in Africa. That's what I'm saying. You can say Sudan, you can lock it down in that area right there. But how did they know how to make those pyramids? And why is it just in certain areas of Africa? Where did they get that information from? Why do our pyramids predate those pyramids? Think about that. Why do our mounds? Because before you get a pyramid, you had to have a mound first. I'm gonna bring you up in a minute, brother. I see you in the back. I'm gonna bring you up. Just let me cook for a minute. I'm not gonna be too long. I just want to cook for a little bit, and then I'm gonna start bringing people up. But we're not the same. We're not the same. And it's okay. We're different. We're unique. You're different. You're unique. That's what it is. I don't gotta cosplay you, and you don't have to cosplay as me. You can wear your streetwear. I can wear my streetwear. We don't have to be mistaken for anybody. Brother, I'm not gonna go back with you right now. I'll bring you up on the panel and you can state your case. I'm cool with that. And we're gonna fact check. Just so you know, over here we fact check everything. We're gonna take the time out to research it in real time if we need to. We're gonna take the time to do it. So if you come up here, just make sure you can stand on business. That's all I ask. If you come up here, make sure you can stand on business, right? Don't come up here and just start talking, because y'all love to talk a lot, and then when we ask for sources and we ask for facts, you say, we don't need sources, nigga. My grandfather told me. I don't want to hear none of that. Everything I'm talking about today, we gonna back up with facts. We gonna have the real deal. We're not gonna just accept you coming up here saying I'm African and I say so. Okay, this ain't this lie. You're not gonna be like I'm African and I say so. Okay. It's bad enough we got white tea people. They always try to run that I'm white tea and I say so. We built. What did you build, nigga? We were the overseers. We built it. No, we're not gonna do that. I'm white tea and I say so. We're not gonna do that. I'm African and I say so, brother. You're gonna have to come. You're gonna have to stand on business when you come up here. You're gonna have to come with some facts. You're gonna have to cite some sources. You're gonna have to stand on everything you say when you come up here. So just don't think you're gonna come up here and just start babbling and we're gonna forget. No, we're gonna say, slow down. Let's unpack this right here. We're gonna unpack it one bit by bit. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. By the way, real quick, you guys, make sure you guys are checking out the website, fbacoin.org. We have our own cryptocurrency. We're live right now. We're in the pre-launch phase of it right now. So check out, do your due diligence. I always say do your due diligence. Start with fbacoin.org. Get the white paper, read up on the white paper, do your due diligence. And then as you come to the faith, I should say, make the donation. Get your 35,000 coins to start off. Let's build up the liquidity pool, and then let's launch the coin live for the world in the next couple months. July, August, let's launch the coin. We have our own cryptocurrency. It's going to do phenomenal things for us. It's going to give us microloans. It's going to help us lobby. It's going to help us send emergency relief. Okay, it's going to help us have startup capital, start businesses. We're going to be able to buy back the block. It's going to do amazing things. It's going to keep money in the black community mostly. And that's what we want. We want to recycle our dollars back into our community to fix the things, right? It's going to be run by a DAO governance. It's going to be like a think tank type of scenario. And we're going to start solving black American problems, okay? That's what it's all about. So check out the FBA coin, fbacoin.org. We've migrated over to the Ethereum platform, and just check it out. It's phenomenal. Do your due diligence, right? So, yeah, our Hablo group is different. Listen, when I'm in Africa, nobody is mistaken me for an African. Nobody. Nobody is mistaking me for an African. Not yet. Not yet. I can keep my mouth shut and they're not gonna think I'm African. They can tell by the way I walk, I ain't from around here. You know what I'm saying? They could tell. They could tell by the way I move, I'm not from around here. Okay? I'm not African. I'm American, and they see it right away. And that's okay. When I go to Africa, I'm not their brother. I'm not their brother. I'm cool with that. Somehow when they get over here, oh, brother, especially when it's beneficial for them. Oh, our brother, we got to be one. We got to unite. And I go over there and nobody's united in Africa. Nobody's united in Africa. Nobody. Every tribe has something twisted to say about another tribe. Oh, don't trust that tribe. Oh, don't trust that tribe. They do witchcraft over here. Oh, they unalive their man over here. You know, everybody's tribal. Oh, speaking Swahili or speaking English, don't speak in your tribal language. They don't like that. They want you to speak in the language that everybody can understand. Everybody's gonna get this game, right? The moment they start speaking in their mother tongue, oh, them Africans get hot. Oh, they don't like that. They don't like that. No, they don't like that. So we're not the same. And it's okay. Our Hoblo group is different. Your Hoblo group is different. It's okay. But what we're not going to accept here in the United States is all that kumbaya in it. We all one big Negro that we all used to think. We're not doing that no more. We're delineating. Just so you know, we're delineating. It is what it is. You got to hold your nuts. We're going to hold ours. We really don't ask you for help because we don't need your help. Whatever's going on in America, Black Americans, we got this. So we're not going to, so all this stuff happening in the news and happening all over, listen, all these deportations, we're not running to save nobody. We're not running to save the Hispanics. We're not running to save the Indians. We're not running to march for the Africans. We're not running to march for no Caribbean. If you're here illegally, you just got to go. That's just what it is. You got to go. We're not stopping for you. We're not concerned about you. We're not worried about you. Okay? We're focused on foundational Black Americans. We're focused on our indigenous and our foundationals. That's it. If you're a native Indian, we're not let me keep it a buck. We're not focused on you. And you get deported, well, let's keep it a buck. A lot of y'all come from Mexico. Y'all claim indigenous, but your tribe is in Mexico, so go back to your tribe in Mexico. You understand? So that's why if you get deported, we're not worried about that. Because even your DNA says you come from these four. We saw a dude come on live the other day, right? He showed us it said Indigenous Americas, and his Indigenous America was not in the United States. It was not in the United States. It was in Mexico. And I asked him, I said, do you have any living relatives that are still, that your DNA connects you to in those parts of the world where you're indigenous to? He said yes. And you know what I said? Great. Then you need to go back there. He was 39% Spaniard and 51% indigenous Americans that were not in the United States. So you don't belong here. The copper-colored people, the ones with the afros, the 𝗖𝗄𝗄𝘵, the Choctaw, you know, the Creek, the Seminoles, we belong here. We belong, we're from the Americas. We're indigenous to it. Listen, this is what I always say. Foundational Black Americans, we are at least indigenous to the United States because we were here before the United States was a country. That's facts. That's documented. Just me doing my genealogy without me having to pay nobody, I can go back to 1833 right now. I can go look at the documents and see that, hey man, there's colored on this document. There's Negro on this document. There's black on this document. I can go down the timeline just with my ancestry.com. My entire history is documented. Yeah, my entire history is documented. Listen, Foundational Black Americans, we're the most documented people on the planet Earth. That is what it is. Matter of fact, did y'all hear that they just moved the slave trade documents, right? The accounting, the people that was on the ship, how many slaves they brought over, they just moved it to Harvard University. Did y'all hear about that? Did y'all hear about that? They just transferred and guess how many it was? It wasn't even 300,000, it was 200,000. So if you want to get all the documents on the actual slave trade, they're in Harvard right now. Harvard got them. And there's only 200, and they said there was only 200,000 slaves. That's including the captain of the ship, all those people. So it was 199,000 slaves from Africa that really came over here. The biggest slave trade, if y'all was in my other live, the biggest slave trade happened within the country. It's called the paper genocide, where they just enslaved it. They just said, we just going to enslave all the Indians. We're going to say all y'all is black. All y'all is Negro. We're going to call y'all the American Negro. Matter of fact, if you Google, if you just Google this, Webster's Dictionary 1828. Webster's Dictionary 1828. And ask it, what is the definition of an American according to the Webster's Dictionary of 1828? And you are going to see that the even definition of American is not the same as it is today. They changed that too, didn't they? They changed the definition of American. You know, the definition of an American was copper-colored races found here by the Europeans. That's the definition for an American in the Webster's Dictionary of 1828. So imagine they understood that there was a copper-colored race here. And no, it was not the red natives. No, it was not the red native. They were here. But man, when we tell you that I'm not even going to get into that. I'm just going to say y'all need to do your research. Listen, if you run into any red native that looks like he could be Italian or looks like he could be Hispanic, that's the lie right there. just understand that. That's the okie doke right there. When you watch Hollywood and they show you cowboys and Indians, right? And they show you the cowboy is white tee and the Indians all look like dark Italians, Iron Eyes Cody, that's the lie right there. That's the psyop right there. You've been psyoped. I keep telling y'all, and I'm going to keep saying it over and over again until you understand it. You're under heavy, heavy propaganda and witchcraft. Your whole life. Your whole life, you've been under heavy propaganda and witchcraft. We, here in America, we have an ancient bloodline. Ancient bloodline. And we've only begun to exercise our power. We've only begun. As the awakening has happened, listen. Instead of becoming a tether, right? All you got to do is watch and peep game. If you watch the plays that we're running and pay attention, you can go back to your homeland and get it popping over there. What you need to be focusing on is not what black Americans are doing here. You need to be focusing on how can I, if you're an African or a Caribbean or anybody that's here, right, that's not FBA, you need to be focusing on how can I get the corruption out of my country. You should not be focusing on black Americans, what they're doing, how they're doing it, what they're saying. None of that. That should be none of your concern. Zero of your concern what we're doing over here. Okay, yeah. Harvard has the documents on the slave trade. Yeah, yes. They just moved it over there. They have all of it. Okay? So, what you need to understand is don't listen. The days of you guys getting in our politics, it's over. It's over. Get your mind out of American politics, out of Black American business. Don't speak for us. Don't talk for us. Don't even try to. The days of y'all cosplaying as us is over. Don't even dress like us. Okay? If you're not part of the culture, don't try to inject yourself in the culture. It just is what it is. Go back to the sandals that y'all used to wear that we used to clown y'all out of. Go back to the sandals. Go back to those. Okay? But get out of trying to be like us. It's over. We're delineating and we're taking back and we're gatekeeping everything now. Everything. We allowed y'all to walk around and move like us and talk like us and come to the cookout. Those is over. We're not doing that anymore. We can't afford to. It's at our own detriment. Now, we still got some stupid Sambos and Negroes out there like, oh yeah, oh yeah, man, you can come to the cookout. No. You're going to show up at the cookout and we're going to be looking at you sideways like, who this? Did it just bring them? Nah. We gonna be doing that. And it's not anything racist about it or anything like that. It's just that we don't know you. And we don't want to know you. We want you to go back to where your homeland is and get it popping over there. Y'all all need to be rallying behind, if you're from Africa, you need to be rallying behind Burkina Faso. 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶, he got the playbook. He got the code. Y'all need to be falling in suit with him. And not concerned about what Black Americans are doing over here. Okay? Don't be concerned with what we're doing over here. Go get on code with your boy 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶. He got the code. I think he's building like 50 hospitals over there. Y'all all need to take your degree that you got from over here and go use it over there. You understand? Get out. Listen. I'm just trying to let you know. Listen. Get out of Black American spaces. Get out of Black American business. This is not the time to inject yourself, and you won't get clowned. You won't get roasted. Because the moment we find out who you, we gonna roast you. All the words that y'all are scared of that we gonna roast you. So just get out now. Mind your business. Yeah, I know. That's the problem. They listen. America does not need you. You guys have the Moses syndrome. Okay? You guys have the Moses syndrome, right? How can you be balling out over here in America while your people are suffering back home? You need to go, you need to do what Moses did and said, I need to go be with my people. Y'all need to go gather up in your little group and go holler at Pharaoh and say, Pharaoh, let my people go. That's what y'all need to do. Gather yourselves together, get all the educated people, all that intellect that y'all claim y'all got. Y'all can, for some reason, y'all know how to get it popping over here, but y'all don't know how to get it popping over there. All that stuff that they told y'all was smarter than us and blah. Take that smartness and go use it over there. Go use it over there. Stop hating on. Listen, this message is not meant to do nothing else but put fire under your butt to get you to go back home and get it popping. That's all it is. You keep coming around us, we're going to keep spitting that hot fire that's going to make you want to go back home anyway. We're going to put some hot coal down your pants so you understand that, hey, listen, it's hot over here. And we're going to keep applying that pressure until you feel it enough, until you decide, you know what? These niggas are right. Let me go home and fix my homeland. That's what you need to be doing. You don't need to be doing anything else but that. Anything else but that. Focus on your homeland. Focus on getting that popping. Step to your government correctly. fix the problems in your nation and do that. And then, only then, when y'all get united over there, should you be trying to holler at us about becoming united again. But right now, everybody, and I mean everybody, needs to hold their own nuts. If you're not Black American, stay out of our business. We're definitely not over there in your business. Think about that. Think about that. We're not in your business. We don't care what you got going on in South Africa. We don't care what you got going on in Nigeria. We don't care what you got going on in Haiti or the Caribbeans. We don't care. Look, I'm telling you straight up, we don't care. Have at it. Do whatever the heck you want over there. We don't care. The only time we start to care is when y'all start showing up saying, these niggas don't need reparations. These niggas need to get rid of Black History Month. What? When y'all start joining our NAACP, when y'all start trying to get our scholarships, when y'all start trying to steal our resources, when y'all start thinking y'all are the colonizer and y'all think y'all gonna try to colonize us, that's when we gonna care. But we don't care what the heck you do in your musty home. I mean, in your homeland. We don't care what you do. We don't care. We don't care. We want y'all to go back there and get it popping. Make it a place that tourism, that other people want to come and visit. Like everybody's rushing to visit Europe and in Asia, you know? Get it popping like that over there, so a lot of people gonna say, hey man, let's go visit Africa. Bring some of that tourist money over there that y'all been missing out on. The days of Pan-African is over. There is no Pan-African. There's only Pan-Black American, and possibly one day soon we all gonna be Pan-Americans. We gonna hold hands with our South American brothers and sisters, our Caribbean brothers and sisters. The Americas are gonna be united as one. That's what's probably gonna happen before we unite with Africa, to be honest with you. Before we start locking step with the Africans, we gonna lock in step with our Americans. That's gonna be first, if anything. All this, let's go build up Africa. No. You go build up Africa. You go build it up. Have at it. Have at it. Go build it up. Go make it. Go get it popping. Go make it someplace nice. Go make it someplace sweet. So when we come over there to visit, like, oh man, okay, it's popping. Okay, we like it over here. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, now we can have respect for one another after that. But until y'all respect us, don't expect us to reciprocate it back. If you ever try to son us, we gonna son you first. We're the big dog. Yeah, I know you hate to hear this, but we're bigger than you. We're decades ahead of you. And it's better we tell you straight up. Better we tell you straight up than say, see, one thing about Black Americans, we don't talk behind your back. We don't need to talk behind your back. We just tell you what it is. So we're just being straight up. That's all. We're just being straight. We're being open and honest right here. No African booty scratching, none of that stuff. We're just telling you straight up, listen, you're not on our level. How can you be over here trying to be a nurse when your people over there need nurses? How can you be over here trying to be a doctor when your people over there need doctors? How can you be over here trying to do tech and your people need technology over there? What you running from? What the heck are you running from? Stop running. Be a man. Stop running. Stop running. Stop lying. Be a man. Stop conning. Stop scamming. Be a man. You want us to respect you? Stop scamming. Stop lying. Be a man. Men don't need to lie. We don't ever, listen, if you're a man out there, you don't ever have to lie. Who are you afraid of? Who are you afraid of that you gotta lie? Who are you afraid of? Don't ever talk about our baby mama or baby daddy situation over here when you got orphans over there. Orphans. You got an epidemic where we don't really know, you don't really know if that's your son or daughter or not. You don't really know. Don't ever talk about what we got going on. Don't talk about our black on black crime, don't talk, listen, go talk about the tribal wars, WAR, that y'all got going on over there. Go talk about the selling of the children. Go talk about that. Go talk about the slave trade that still exists today in some of these countries in Africa. Go talk about that. And leave Black Americans alone. Go talk about the clean water, the no clean water. Go talk about it. Go fix it. Y'all got y'all got the money. Go fix it. Go fix it. Get it popping. And leave us, the ancient ones, alone. Y'all don't want this smoke. Y'all don't want this smoke. Y'all don't want this smoke. I'm a foundational. It stands for Foundational Black American. Y'all know what it stands for. Don't mess with the foundationals on their own homeland. Don't do it. It's not going to turn out good. We're not going to help y'all. We're not like our ancestors. We're different. We're upgrade. We're an upgrade. We're futuristic people. We upgrade. We're like, you know what? We're not going to keep hitting our head. We got to get y'all about the paint. So get about the paint. Get about the paint. Go do y'all. And we're going to do us. We're going to do us. We're going to be all right. We ain't asking for nobody's help. We ain't asking, listen. We ain't asking for your help. We know you don't have it in you to do what we doing. You don't have it in you, so guess what? We're saying go back. Just go back. Kick it over there. We'll come visit every now and then, say hello, and then we're gonna go back to our place and you gotta go back to yours. That's what we're saying. That's all we're saying. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. We got 100 people in the room. Get the likes up. Get it up. FBAcoin.org. Check out FBAcoin.org. Do your due diligence. Donate. We have our own cryptocurrency. We're going to launch it. We have a pre-launch right now, and we're launching the actual coin in May, June, July. Do your due diligence, read the white paper, and make a decision. That's all I'm saying. Do your due diligence. Let logic do the reasoning. Get your gut. Listen to your gut. And then check out the coin. FBAcoin.org. Y'all go check it out. FBAcoin.org. We have our own coin. So listen. We're a different Hoblo group. Okay? We had an ethnogenesis physically and spiritually. Our spirit is different than the world's. You can hear it, you can sense it, you can feel it, and it's powerful. And all we're saying is, don't get involved in something you don't need to get involved in. You got too many things to worry about other than foundational Black Americans. Too many things. Too many things. Too many things to worry about. Start bringing up some people, man. We gonna sit here and we gonna kick some game. We'll start bringing up some people. We're gonna kick some game, man. Because listen, we're not the same. We're not the same. Shout out.
Man, bro, what up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Greetings, brother.
What's going on, cousin?
I see you
I
got
told you, I
100
missed you the
people
last
in
few
here
weeks,
damn
or
near, and
last few
ain't
days, but
nobody
yeah.
tapping that like for you, bro.
Man, I'm saying, man, y'all better show some love to Black content.
Like, listen, this is a public service announcement. This man that set up the platform, y'all gonna have to have a like, you know, at least that like if you sitting and listening and enjoying yourself, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and tap a like, or give some gifts, or share the live. Either way it go. Like, we just
Share
want
the
to show some
live.
love.
Yeah, listen,
Y'all
y'all
act
can
like
get
5,000 is a lot. 5,000
y'all,
likes is a lot.
y'all can
Come
get
on,
if y'all
y'all.
want to, but all I require is likes. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Just get the likes up. Share the live because we chopping up games tonight. We getting into it. And Magnificent, I've been to your live before, brother. You doing an awesome live, brother. I just want to give you a shout out, man. Man, brothers in there getting that game when you go up in his live, man. Go up in there, check out the Magnificent. He got some game for you, okay? And he come with facts, and I love it. I love it. But again, man, we talking about, you know, the ancient blood and the modern power that we got, man. We're an ancient group of people. I keep telling people, man, we're different, we're unique. It's the spiritual oil is different over here. It's powerful, and we're only beginning to wake up from this propagandized and witchcraft that we've been under. We're only beginning to wake. We're not even at the tip of it yet. We're still trying to sift through the dirt to get back up to the top because we've been buried for a long time.
I would say our slumber is coming quickly to an end.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out. Thank you. So,
All right.
go ahead.
Just 2 minutes, right quick.
Go ahead.
Like, look, y'all, it's all love. We gonna tap the screen. Forget about the people that fell off that don't want to hear about it. Don't even worry about them. Let's only focus on the people that want to hear this information, man. That want to know about what we got going on. Okay. Soon as you say ancient blood, man, I think about the immovable race. If you have not known or have not heard about the immovable race, that's us, the shining ones. Look at the Battle of Shiloh. Find out who we are. Find out who we trying to tell you we are. You know what I'm saying? Because we not going nowhere. We gonna still be here forever and a day. We gonna rebirth with the universe. We gonna come back and we gonna be the same teachers from the last cycle. Y'all gonna see us again. Okay, we only trying to let you know about the love that we have for our people. Okay, and some of us out here sleep. Guess what? We out here like tapping on your shoulder, trying to get you to wake up and pay attention to the information because it's important for our life cycle, for our time cycle to be able to collect the consciousness. Y'all call it love, but it's really just a collective consciousness. All of us trying to be on the same mind and be unified. Okay, tap screen, share, give. That's all that need to happen. Show some love.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And
Absolutely, brother.
yes, absolutely. And listen, man, I keep telling y'all, man. Listen, this FBA business, man. This is our people. This is our lineage that y'all keep talking about. This is our culture that y'all keep trying to clown, man. And yet we're not going to stand for it. We're not going to stand for it. We're going to shut you down every time you try. We're no longer going to be nice about it. We're just going to check you. It's a habitual checking that's been happening. And a lot of y'all don't like it. It comes across to some of y'all xenophobic. It's not. It's just we've been on the receiving end for so long that now we just got to stand for truth, and we don't care. It's at the point we don't care. So
We've taken your best shots,
Yeah.
and it's over with now. Now it's time to take an offensive shot from us. and you don't like it.
Whether you don't like it or not. That's what it is.
And it's not that we're trying to be mean about it, but if you go look at it in a basketball analogy, in the 50s, when Bill Russell was the best player in the NBA, he was getting fouled massively because this was in the most segregated era of the NBA. So every time he went to the hole, he was taking elbows and shots to the ribs, shots to the face, and he would never throw an offensive position. It took his coach to tell him, listen, man, all you got to do is throw one elbow. You throw one elbow, you'll never have to do it again. And you know what he did, right? And guess who never had to throw another elbow again? You can see the idea that you just going to take it? No, we're not. Are you insane? No. Something's coming back so that you know that if you do that again, you got something coming. It ain't from hate. It's from love. Because I love this game, but you ain't going to play me dirty.
Come on.
I said, and I appreciate that you gave us a little shout out. We are decades ahead of them, brother.
Super light speed ahead
And
of them in the 1920s, driving around balling in cars with our ladies, not looking for cars, needing cars, or wanting cars. We are driving around in the cars, Tulsa, Oklahoma, owning cars, owning car companies, owning train companies, bus depots, banks, insurance companies, all the above. So it makes no sense to believe that we was not already here in America,
Come
the
on.
founders of it, the actual Americans. When any kind of anybody showed up, try to invade anything, we will stand strong continuously. Like we are the descendants of our ancestors, so therefore, guess what? We're still here, was here, and will remain here. Like y'all are who we're gonna face when we, stand up and show y'all who the actual Americans is. That's the bottom line. Like, ain't no other Americans except us.
The very definition of American is us. The very definition of
So
American. There's no better. There's no bigger. There's no more honorable patriot than us.
that's a fact,
see, I
bro.
always look at it like this.
Give me a couple of seconds and I'm gonna show you some more proof of the
Western European
Americanness.
knowledge, give me a second, bro. Western European knowledge takes us back 6,000 years. That's it.
That's it.
If you go 6,000, I'm sorry, if you go 6,001, 5,999 and 1 minute, you go find a black bone.
That's it.
Everything after that is black. There's nothing before that.
I said there's nothing before us. When you're the
There's
originator,
nothing.
when you're the originator, you can't go far back than the original.
We have
That's
the tribe
to wipe out the original.
that's
Look at that.
that Senegalese tribe on the Forbidden Island.
Just
That's
heavy,
six.
heavy, heavy information showing you that the Asiatic black man is actually us, before any kind of recessive genes ever came into play. Also, we are able to show you that the actual Asiatic black man comes from America. This is no doubt because of where we were. I'm gonna show y'all right quick. Help my bro out. Asiatic black man, Asia Minor, actually literally in America, in Texas. I'll show you on another map right quick. Take 2 seconds. Where you can see we created every culture right here in America. Now, you may not believe this map, but if you just do your history, you'll find out every single culture was actually created here in America by us. You'll find out that the Irish actually melanated Americans. You'll find out that the Scottish actually melanated Americans. Queen of Scotia, Queen Anna, Queen Califia, Queen Europa, and we can go on and on and on and on and on. And we're gonna do this until the end of
And we
time.
know who Queen Califia. You know, California is named after Queen Califia.
That's a
That's where
fact.
we're
Hold
from.
on.
Exactly.
Give me two
Yes, for
seconds,
sure.
and I'll give you some documentation on that. They don't know about Queen Califia. Many people don't study this. When you look into Queen Califia, you'll find out she's an Amazonian woman, which means she's South American, but very, very, very specific. If you zoom into the picture, give me 2 seconds, you'll find out this woman is American. American people twist their locks,
Come on.
just in case people don't know that. Naughty dreads are from the Caribbeans. Yo, Americans, they twist their locks. Queen Califia was an American. Even though she was an Amazonian woman, she twists her lock. No, she's not a fictional character because why would they establish California in 1510, name it after her and everything? See, it's just goofy to call her a fictional character when they named the whole state after her. Not only did they name the whole state after her, just in case anybody want to play on my bro top, you got to look at what it actually was. It said the island of California. That would mean
Mm,
you have to travel back to the time when California was an actual island in
mm,
order to know when she was there. Okay. Now, modern day times, California is not an island. Now, if you don't know the reason why California is not an island anymore, you don't have any understanding as to why things were changed. But really quickly, give me 2 seconds, help my bro out because I really just came up here to support you, bro.
appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
You know, brother, you dropping the knowledge for sure. And all I
You'll
can say
see.
to you is don't always feed into the petty little small
No,
trolls,
I
brother.
don't do.
But
Let
this
me tell
this
you
is good.
something.
This
We
is
troll
good.
trolls. We
I like
troll
this.
trolls, bro. We troll trolls, bro. I care not about a troll. We troll trolls. Okay. We put the
Okay.
info back in their face the same way that they wouldn't come and laugh in our face. We're gonna put the true information right in their face. There's a reason California is depicted red here on this map. If you look very closely into the map, you'll see that it says Mar Verdejo. Verdejo. Okay? That means that this gash was red. The gash that they're talking about is the sea that used to exist right there in between California and the mainland, meaning that the Red Sea actually is the sea that existed right off the coast of America in between America and California. That's the actual Red Sea because they were doing something very specific out there in California. They had these like three elements that they used to mix, one of them mercury, that used to turn the actual water red. Now, if you
Mm.
haven't been doing your history, then you don't know that. But if you have been doing your history, you probably gonna big up me in the comments and stuff like that or whatever, because I already like did my true reading. Okay. Now back to Queen Califia or whatever, and the way she actually looked and carried herself. We want to look at the phenotype. We want to look at the high cheekbones. We want to look at the broad bridge on the nose and everything. That looks like you're American.
And look at
Okay.
those lips.
Also,
Come on.
that's right. Also, when we flip back, show you on the phenotype or whatever of the indigenous photos and renditions of her, you can show that you can see that they show her with red copper color skin. That's gonna match up with the fact that the Americans were the copper color races. Now, if you don't know anything about that and you just ain't been reading, once again, you might want to go back. No, no, no. Listen, big bottle. We don't want to do the Ham and Shem stuff because the Ham and Shem stuff refer to Noah, and that's not over here in America. Now, if you want to get into that, it can be gotten into later. But for right now, we just want to big up Too Much right now, you know what I'm saying? And let y'all know that like the info is right here and available, whatever, for y'all to see.
That's it.
That's all to it. Okay.
That's it. That's it.
These are the still same culture as the mound builders, okay? Because those mound builders, that's the same culture. We talking about the Mississippian culture, which came right after that Mayan, Aztec, Amazonian culture, or whatever. Let me show y'all a little bit. right quick, just right quick, because the territories are too close for them to not be the same people. You got California right off the coast or whatever, and into the mainland, you got the Mississippian culture. Who do you really think that is? They the same people. They depict themselves as red, copper color people. Okay? So we're not separating these people. All right? Let me go ahead and drop some of this info on y'all real quick so y'all can see what we doing. All right. We also know we're not the Slavs. Just real quick and throw that in there. We know we're not the Slavs. We ain't no slaves. We ain't come from no slaves. The so-called slaves were Slavs, and we know about that too. But I just want to drop that stuff real quick, bro. I'm gonna get on out your way, bro.
You said about no, that was good. No, that was good. See, I keep trying to tell y'all, man, that we're only touching the ice. We haven't even touched the we haven't even gone deep yet. We're still surface level. There's still
That's
more
right,
shit
bro.
we gotta unpack. Y'all,
That's
Tip of
there's
the
right,
still
bro.
more things
iceberg.
we
Tip
gotta
of the
unpack.
iceberg.
That wasn't even a tip, bro. That was just some like snowflakes, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Man,
saying.
We
Haven't
dive
even got
deep
to
into
sea
this.
level yet. We ain't even
We
got
dive.
to the water yet. We ain't even touched the
Nah,
water yet.
let me tell y'all something. When it listen, my name is Magnificent, and my job is connect our culture to the other indigenous cultures and to the other indigenous cultures to the other indigenous cultures. Listen, we want to take all indigenous cultures all over the world and we want to connect them back together because we used to have a global empire because we knew for a fact at one point in time that our people was all over the world. Okay. And now they try to play on our tops, bro. They try to play on our tops, but that's just cultural assimilation, and cultural assimilation is a game that they play all over the world, okay? And we are the immovable race, bro. We ain't going nowhere. We'll be in y'all face forever.
that's it. That's it. And listen, man. I just want to say this, man. Listen, if y'all don't know who we are, understand this. And I don't want I'm gonna just use one little phrase from the scriptures. The meek shall inherit the earth. We're the ones with the long suffering. Think about that. As many times as people have come against us, as many times as people have wronged us, as many times as people have took our kindness for weakness, our meekness for weakness, and we still don't want revenge. The earth and the fullness thereof belongs to us. The sons of God, that's us. It belongs to us. We don't gotta hide it. Y'all don't gotta believe it. We just gonna stand on it and show you.
Walk in it every day.
Gonna show you.
With every step you take, you make sure and walk
Bigger
in the
than
mighty
you.
power that you have and
We're
are.
bigger than you. We're stronger than you. We're better than you in every way, and we just gonna show you. Before we were just humble. The humble us is over. That was back then. But now the disrespect has got to up here. Now we gotta show you. And it's just the tip of the iceberg that y'all seeing. This thing goes deep. It's not the top of the mounds that you should be worried about. It's what's beneath it. It's what you don't see. That's what you got to worry about. Because we stomping on them. When we say children, shout out to you. When we say children of the corn is us, baby. We gave corn to the world. When we say we don't trust no Moors, why? Because we gave the Moors the game and they took it to the Europeans and then brought them back over here. See, we had this big ocean that was protecting us from y'all over there. But now y'all done came over here. Now y'all over here. Who brought y'all over here? Who showed y'all the way over here? Because we already knew how to get to y'all. Do y'all know who 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie is? The priest and the king? The one who has no origin? Well, he came from the Americas. That's the only way y'all knew. Y'all found out who he was. Because we were already the kings and the priests. We already communed with God. We were never disconnected. We were never disconnected. Y'all were the ones who were the ones that were disconnected, but not us. And now we just not gonna talk about it no more. We're just gonna show you the frequency. The reason why we're able to create all these genres and do all these many different things, these unique things in the world, is because we're tapped into the frequency. See, life is about frequency. Life is about a wave. Life is about the rhythm. Our children, when they come out the womb, it's like they just know how to hit the beat. It's like, I don't know, but for some reason they just know how to. It's not no drums from Africa. Nothing to do with that. We're just tapped into the frequency. And we're calling everybody who's really from the Americas, because we don't listen. We're foundational. We're definitely gonna hold our own here, but there's one day, if we're gonna get on page with anybody, it's gonna be the Americas that we're gonna get on page with. Africa, y'all gotta deal with what y'all gotta deal with. Shout out to y'all, no disrespect. One day, one day. But y'all got a lot to fix over there before y'all can ever come over here and point and wag that little finger on what we need to do over here. Y'all got some things y'all got to work out over there first. But one day, our brothers and sisters in the Americas, we gonna ride out. We gonna ride out. But y'all got to wake up. Y'all got to come to this black consciousness that we've been talking about. If y'all don't got the black consciousness, we can't. If y'all not tapped into the right frequency, we can't be on the same page. Because everything is about frequency. If you're not on the right frequency, you're not gonna understand what we're talking about. You're not gonna feel. You're not gonna sense. So you got two brains. You got one brain up here, and then your gut, your intestine. That's another brain. That's where the spirit man lives. That's where the discernment lives. If you can't discern right from wrong, if you can't discern righteousness versus unrighteousness, how are we gonna agree on anything?
How can you possibly expect to hear the ancestors if you're not tuned in to their frequency?
Come on.
Because, see, they speak to us daily, hourly, with every moment, if you are tapped into them. And if you are tapped into them, then you know how to reach the next one. And whether or not they actually choose to accept that touch doesn't matter, because they've been touched. They can't help but get away. They can't help but spread it. Even when they don't want to spread it, they go spread it. That's how the ancestors work. This is a root that does not end. It just grows. And we are going to continue to make sure that this root has strength, power, and vitality. Because the tree that sprouts from this root shall not be moved.
All I'm going to say is this. If you don't already have the truth in you, how can you know when you come across truth? How can you know? So, of course, if this sounds foreign to you, probably because you don't got the truth in you. But those who have the truth in them, see, righteousness has nothing to do with your actions. You were born. Your birthright says you're righteous. The way you were created says that you were birthed to know the difference between truth. Yeah, knowledge of self. It's in our DNA. It's called blood memory. We all have it. It's not something you have to fight or struggle against. You just got to tune in. Got to
Tell you the
tune,
truth, all you really got to do is shut up and listen
tune in.
inside your mind. That's all you really got to do. Listen for that still quiet voice that's telling you go left.
Tune in.
And make that left when it say go left.
Tune in to the frequency. Tap in. Tune in. Turn off the television. That's the first that's the first thing that's clouding your thinking is the propaganda that you're getting from the television. All that mainstream media, all them shows and movies you're watching that are really just psyops. All that is a psyop. Y'all understand that, right? Television is a psyop. It's psychological warfare. That's all it is. It's conditioning this. See, this can be deceived. This can be deceived. But the gut, it can't be deceived. It was designed to rightfully decide not just food, but truth. If you go off what if your gut's not tapped in, then I know what to tell you.
Come on up here, Miss New Jersey. Come on up here.
I keep sending her the invite. Come on up here. Come
on up here, girl. You know. Come. Ain't no holding up now.
Yeah,
give me 15, 20 minutes. There you go, baby girl. Thank you.
I don't know why you keep why you avoiding me.
No, I get it. She like me. She don't hit everything all the time. I understand that. She only hit certain ones, and if she here, you better get her while she here. So I'm good with that.
Peace and blessings, my family. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, sister.
It's always a pleasure to be in your presence, and I just wanted, I was just absorbing the aura and the knowledge that basically has actually been happening all day, because it actually started in Wolfie's live earlier this morning, because Wolfie's live, as you know, Wolfie is she's about that life.
That's the rapid fire 𝗖cie of 𝗖cies that I've ever just.
That's the capital BOMB. She gonna drop it on you.
Absolutely. And one of the things that came out of her live that I thought that was it's just relevant, and it aligns with the when I entered into this one, it's aligned with the fact of the respect, right? And one of the things, and again, it's about the fact that we're at a point where certain things aren't going to be tolerated any longer, right? And that the boundaries have been drawn. We're not starting things, but we do know that there's a boundary that you have to no longer cross.
That's right.
And the live was very informative, because she talked about she had panelists on there that talked about, of course, there were some Africans that were, one young man who I know that he was a little bit of he was confused because he African American, and the other another gentleman came on and said, well, that I'm African. I said, see, what the problem is, when we talk about the disrespect, when we talk about the boundaries that are no longer, that have been drawn at this point, see, we've worked for a very long time. Our people were here first. Our people were here first. And when we look at the Black culture, there's a difference between Black and African American.
Come on.
And the African American has nothing to do with what we are. We were talking about, I said, one of the things that has happened is that the Africans have had the opportunity to come over, whether it was intentional, whether it was, but they've been able to benefit off of the work that we've done from a foundational perspective, because of the fact of that title of African American. It's like, no, we are not African Americans. We are black. We are black Americans being Choctaw by blood. We have, we have many black Indians. We have a lot of us that have been here. We were here first.
That's right. That's right.
And when we start talking about the deportation, and I don't know if you can say that, or the transition back to other cultures, one of the things that came up that I felt was very empowering was the fact that African American just groups you into, hey, doesn't matter what the black people have done here. If you're all African American, you can benefit off of the work that the black people have done.
Yeah.
Like, no. First
Yeah,
of all,
no more of that coattail ride.
right, exactly. So wherever it's coming from, you got to get your roots from that root cause, the thing that's happening from the root cause. You come over and you feel like you're entitled, and you feel like because you have the same complexion as us that you can talk and you have an elitist attitude. Well, that's no longer going to be tolerated, period, by us. We don't start, or we don't start the things, but we finish them at this point. We're done with it is what
At
it
this
is.
point, let me say it like this, sister. You're right. At this point, if you don't sit your aspirations back in the back of the pew
That part.
and stop trying to run up to the pulpit,
Exactly. And
When-
get the approval, because that's what it seems like that's been happening, is that there was a gentleman on there and he spoke about something called indigenous, it was IPOD or IPOB or something like that. And when he said indigenous, the first thing I said, when I hear indigenous, the first thing I say, are you native to our country? Who are you? Oh, we're indigenous to West Africa. I said, see, that's the whole problem. This is what I'm talking about the assimilation and just how you just automatically just kind of walk on top of us. That's no longer going to happen, because
oh yeah, they just trying to that's that white tea supremacy. I'm gonna try and use some greater words than yours to still overtake your stuff. But you're right. That's all that is.
no, exactly. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. And that's where the problem has come from, because guess what? At this point, not only do we have our own schools, we have our own education, we have everything that we need. And now that we're starting to pull those resources, Target effed around and found out. Okay, let's just put it out there like that. They're losing billions.
Yes, because again, I do not have to spend a nickel with you, not one nickel.
That part, not one. But as
But you thought you were owed my nickel. Okay.
That's right. But see, and the thing is, because we are not disrespectful, we've been disrespected, but we're not disrespectful. But if you want the smoke, we'll bring it.
Yes,
At this point, we kind of looking forward to you if you do.
That part.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. When you got people coming up in your own backyard telling you, hey, you don't got no power, you don't own nothing, you don't got no culture, and we look around and we show them the buildings, and they don't want to believe that. Hey, man, listen, that was us, the White House. We built that.
But that
If you Google Chicago before 1890, before it burnt down, before they burned it down, we built that. It looked like something you see in freaking pre-Greek time. It looked like Roman Emperor. It looked like a Roman Empire down there. Guess what? We built it. Here's the thing. If we tell people all the things that we've done, it sounds like something out of a comic book to them.
right.
No, there's no way y'all could have did that. Heck no.
How awesome we are. That's how awesome we are. We can tell them, listen, man, we did this, and that. We can tell them, listen, we already have We already had motor vehicles over here before everybody else had. We already had the bicycle over here before everybody else had. We can tell them that, and they be like, "Man, the bicycle didn't come out till the 1900s." It sounds like a mythological character because we've been so used to dumbing ourselves down so we can
That
fit
part.
in with y'all
That part.
that we forgot that we're so awesome and so great that they can't even get on that they can't even sniff the greatness that we got.
And that's the whole thing.
So we
Because
gotta
not
stop dumbing it down. We can't do that no more. Now we just gotta stunt on them every chance we get until they got no choice but to say, "God dang, these niggas is greater than us."
and they basically just have to. I think that at the end of the day, the biggest piece across the board is the lack of respect. It has not been defined, and we never stood up to demand it.
Right.
The
We
piece.
gonna stand up to demand it. Look at these folk coming over here sick, scabies, with scabies, lice, all different type of stuff. Bubonic plague, bat plague. We already know that it wasn't us that came over here on the ships. It was y'all. We got pictures of y'all, thousands of y'all on the ships coming over
Hundreds
here.
of
It
thousands.
wasn't us coming over here. They were coming over here 12, 20,000 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, then when they pulled up to our lands,
That's
it
right.
was
Say
looking
that
like
again.
it was looking like this. We had
Come on.
colonial style buildings. Y'all didn't invent colonial. Y'all didn't invent colonies. Y'all didn't even invent colonizing. We were actually the first colonizers because we were the ones that traveled the world. Y'all actually learned how to colonize from us. We shouldn't have told y'all nothing.
That's true.
Then on top of that, we just want
Them
to
bull,
beat
them
y'all
damn
further in the
them
head,
lords.
let y'all know how beautiful America was. That statement, America the Beautiful, it is a true statement. Y'all pulled up to the
Who
promised
built that?
land. We built
Who
everything.
built that?
So
I bet y'all thought some white cheese came over there and built that, right? But no, no, they showed up and it
if
was
so, they would
all.
still build that way, bro. If so, they would still build that way. We also know the Native
Mhm.
Americans did not build these things. Y'all haven't built anything. There's no Native American nothing founded anywhere in America. So, it's just some normal stuff, bro. We be looking at normal stuff like, how swarthy y'all was looking when y'all was coming over here looking dirty. Y'all not actually black. Y'all just look dirty. So it makes y'all look dark. Y'all not black, y'all dark when y'all dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just want to let y'all know that, like, we know who y'all is. Like, even when you look at ancient artifacts, it does not show y'all's phenotype. It shows our phenotype. This actually kind of
Come on.
look like Miss Love. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We ain't even playing with y'all. Y'all don't know nothing about this. This artifact right here shows the phenotype again with the high bridge on the nose. We also have high
Hmm.
cheekbones and stuff like that. You can even see
That's
the
right.
locks in his hair. Y'all don't have locks. Okay. We can show y'all tons and tons and tons of uh photos that show ain't no way in the world. This is the Aztec Codex. Y'all is not in it at all. It always show dark beings as the rulers. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
If I go further into the codex or whatever, y'all just gonna continue to see us, right? Okay. This is showing that we are the yellow men, like we produce yellow babies, not y'all. Y'all don't produce yellow babies. Y'all babies be pale. Y'all
Come
just gonna
on.
continue to find us everywhere y'all look. Y'all will always continue to find us. Okay. I'm gonna go back to a photo because I want to make sure that y'all understand what phenotype means. You can look at this
Hmm.
photo
Come on.
of the statue,
Hmm.
and then I'm gonna show you an actual real woman, okay,
Hmm.
with the high
Come on.
bridge on the nose and the high cheekbones
Hmm.
and the prominent chin. Y'all don't know nothing about that because y'all are younger than us. Okay. Then, real quick, since bro had let me have the flow right quick, I want to remind y'all that we know who y'all are. Y'all are the Slavs. Y'all the Slavs. And when y'all invented the law of Abraham, which applies to the Muslims, that's y'all's masters. All of that happened over there where y'all be fighting with one another before y'all try to come over here and try to take over anything. Y'all didn't do it. Even when y'all did came over here, we know that y'all are the indentured servants. I'm 45 myself, so I know about Cabbage Patch Kids. Okay.
That's
We know
right.
how
Come
like
on. Come
y'all was
on.
all in the incubators and stuff like that, little orphans and stuff like that. We had to take care of y'all. We even invented little stuff like I'm gonna just go ahead and cook for a teeny little second because y'all be tripping. We know that y'all is over here on our lands. We got like mounds, pyramids, and all kind of stuff or whatever y'all don't know nothing about. Y'all tomb raided us on top of that. We got proof of that too. Because y'all not the people that get mad when people desecrate graves. We be the ones that's mad because y'all done desecrated our ancestors' graves. Y'all went all up in the graves, tomb raiding and robbing and stuff like that. We know that too. We got like many reasons to get on y'all head. Oh, we also know really, really quick because I want to like just drop some like jewels real quick. We also know about all of the different towns that y'all flooded, burnt, or whatever y'all did to our towns, stuff like that. I live in Georgia. I know about Johnstown, which is a town that's up under a lake. Like y'all sincerely flooded a whole town and put it up under a lake or whatever. We know about
Virginia.
all y'all towns. You know what I'm saying, that y'all destroyed. And then the first time I was up here, I had already told y'all we was driving around cars, balling. Like this dude is in the car, not driving a white T person around. He riding with his old lady. So that shows you he was probably on a date, chilling, you know what I'm saying? Family type of time. This is way
Oh,
back in the
that's his wife at that point.
1920s. Man, listen, this way back in the
Man, listen.
1920s, Tulsa,
I
Oklahoma.
tell people all the time. I tell people all the time. Listen, in the 20s when they were going through the Great Depression, we were having a renaissance. We were balling out of control because our economy was
Balling,
not connected to their economy. They
balling.
had to come on. They got so poor and broke and dusted and disgusted. They said we might as well go take what they got. And that's when all these stuff started happening. They said, "Oh man, they balling too
N-
much. We gotta go show
Not
them that
not
this is
just
our
go take what they
country."
got. Not just go take what they got, big bro. If you actually connect the dots together, you would realize that, like, as the indentured servants, which made them
That's
Slavs, they
mm-hmm.
literally was coming over here accepting jobs from us. Now, the indentured servant wasn't even supposed to be getting married over here. So that means that they wasn't supposed to be over here producing children or none of that, big bro. They was supposed to be over here doing a damn job and getting hell ass on. Okay, we over here, like you said, balling in the 1920s. But check this out. It's funny because that's actually after all of the battles took place, the WARs. We already in the 1920s and we still balling after y'all came over here and attacked us, bro. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all did after that was culturally assimilate us. We already
Mm-hmm.
know. We
Because
already know.
WW1 had already happened by then, for sure.
Exactly. Not only that, but WW2 and the civil WARs. So we already know they was over here like acting a plum dumb fool, bro. Like just doing stuff. Okay. That's why we showed also too that y'all had reclassified us because we was over here like chilling. We wasn't even rocking feathers no more. We was rocking suits. We wasn't even like living in no outskirts or pyramids
Come
or
on.
mounds no more. We had done built houses on y'all. Then y'all gonna turn around and try to reclassify us 4 or 5 different times. First, y'all want to classify us Negroes. Then I want to classify us black. Then I want to classify us African American, bruh. We done with y'all playing on our tops. We got the info. We can track it back. So, like, now, and lastly, I want to leave y'all with some ancient information. Like, we was already in contact with the beings that knew this place before y'all ever even existed. Okay, we've been around a long, 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 long time. Ancient race, immovable race.
Come on.
And to put the bow on top of everything that Magnificent said, the purpose of these lives are to let you know, guess what? Your worst nightmare has occurred, because guess what? We found out.
Yes.
And the
Yeah, we
thing is,
found out
as
about
long
y'all
as you
cloning techniques and
and
all of
as
that.
long as you could keep us in the dark, it was you could control, because that separate and divide. The other piece
Yup.
that we need to make sure that's very clear, we are not our ancestors. Now you take that however you want to take it.
Say
Oh,
that
we gonna
again,
take it
sister.
just
Say that
like this.
again.
We got tell
Show
them,
the
We are
sis.
picture.
not.
Hold on. Show the picture of us teaching them how to be us.
Oh, okay,
Show
bro.
that one.
You know, but
Show
you
the
know
one
me. You
of
know how I
us
get down.
showing them how to be us.
Had y'all in the Indian training schools.
Look
You
at
see all the
that.
sisters on the bottom. You see the sisters on the bottom. That's because we
Yeah.
had our women in there training. See, listen, back in the day, y'all used to see our sisters in the house with them, right? They wasn't nannies. They was training. They
What I'm
was
trying to tell you.
training.
Come on.
But
Training
this is
y'all
what
how
I'm
to teach.
but this is
Go
but the
ahead,
way that
sis.
you want us to believe, you want us to believe that we came from a mentality that kept us in indentured servitude. No.
There was
No.
nothing
Don't
inferior
even don't
in
even
that
worry about
lineage.
that. Don't even worry about that, sis. I got all them suckers on that. We was not the indentured servants. We was
They
not the
weren't.
indentured servants. Here we go. White slavery in America. We was not the Slavs. We was not the slaves. Y'all was the slaves. We literally had to use this boule brother named Abraham Lincoln. I show you him because he ain't nothing like us either. We had to use the little boule brother. He freed y'all. Had us thinking that we was supposed to get 40 acres and a mule because we were so-called slaves. Nope. Y'all was the Slavs. That's why y'all collected all the money. That's why y'all other little counterparts ended up on the reds. Y'all using that same money to take care of these folks on the reds. We out here like, damn, what America gonna do for us? We don't even know what. Listen, the bottom line is we are America. We are America. Y'all did stuff like that. Y'all took this dude right here and y'all use him to free the doggone Slav that we had working in the fields picking cotton on the plantation that we used to own because we were the American when y'all decided to invade. We was the American.
That's true.
Ain't no such thing as a Native American, okay? A Native American ain't nothing but a doggone clone that y'all put in place. They go ahead and rock out on that for 2 seconds. Y'all took these things. Y'all took these things.
And when you do
Then
that,
y'all had cleaned them up. Then they cleaned them up, folks. They cleaned them up. Look, they cleaned them up. They cleaned them up. Then, see, listen, first they cleaned them up because they had to train them on how to be Indians. I ain't got a lot of time, so I won't take y'all through the Indian training school. But people who know me, y'all know I get a whole dissertation about the Indian training school where they culturally assimilated us. But we're going to fast forward and look at the photo and remember, they taught these folks how to culturally assimilate. So after they told them how to culturally assimilate us as Indians, remember we had them refined ourselves. We had jobs, houses, stuff like that. They had to culturally assimilate again because they had to teach them how to go in there and take our jobs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So listen, we piecing together the whole story, not so we could tell it back to y'all actually. We telling it to ourselves. The only thing we got for y'all is heat.
come on.
And that's the part. And see the interesting part, even to lay this into a next level, because I know you guys are standing on the sideline. Well, if you have all of that and yada yada yada, to drop it on top of it, there are those of us who have the documentation, that the papers that go all the way back, that we can trace back and know exactly what you're trying to do with our land. We know what you're trying to do, but see, I'm gonna tell you the same way that I said to a couple of others. Just know that we are coming, and that's all that I'm gonna say. We are coming for
You
what's
ain't getting
ours.
down birthright. We see how y'all hide the story in the Bible with the Jacob and Esau stuff or whatever. Because see, listen, check it out real quick, y'all. Jacob,
Come on, talk
the
about that.
Esau thing. Listen, Jacob was straight. Esau was hairy. That's the wild man, bruh. We let the wild man up in our kingdom. We used to live in the enclosed garden, keeping the wild man out. But see, we decided to civilize the wild man because we are the peaceful people. We are the ones who achieve peace. We are the ones who had the divine
Peaceful.
love in order to make mankind like us. Man, don't make me get into it. But I'm
Peaceful.
telling y'all, we know exactly who y'all is, okay? Y'all ain't nothing more than the
Well,
wild man refined.
That's
well,
it.
most of all, we
Get
know the
out, get
real.
out, get out another teeny tiny little taste. Get out another teeny tiny little taste. We also know that we were sitting here living on the 42 principles and laws and confessions of my art. We gave y'all a position
Yeah.
because not only when y'all when we made y'all the indentured servants, we also made y'all the popes and the priests and gave y'all jobs, man. We tried to make y'all relevant. We tried to really give y'all a chance. But see, in this next photo, I'm gonna show y'all what y'all did. Y'all created the God in heaven. We did not believe in the God in heaven over here. We lived under matriarchal order. We the gods and the goddesses. We know exactly who y'all is versus us. So we just gonna tell y'all one more time, like y'all gotta do stop playing. Cause like ain't no way in the world we was the Slavs and y'all came over here looking like this in shackles
Come
and
on.
chains. We know about all of those mass deportations in Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, Turkey, Germany. But we know about all that fighting y'all were doing over there amongst yourselves. And next thing you know, y'all kicking y'all out and send them when y'all want to send yourselves over here with us. But we know
What
about
did the
that stuff.
government say? Bring us your poor, your destitute, your criminal, bring them
That's right.
all over here. That's what we
That's right.
that's what the government said. They needed
That's what.
reinforcement.
Yep.
That's what they
And
need.
it's
That's
been
Yep.
why
operating that
you
way
see
since.
that's why we can't find and again I'm not here denying the slave trade. I'm not here trying to say I'm saying some of them made it over here. But we know for sure we got pictures and evidence of the ships that they came in. But we still trying to find the boat that the million, two,
That
three
they
million
came on.
Africans supposedly
That
came
part.
in.
That
Where,
part.
It don't it, it,
where are
it,
the
it don't
pictures of
even
those
match the
boats?
numbers, big bro. They over there.
It's not.
They over there. They a
They
billion
only brought like
strong
two
over
hundred
there.
thousand. Yeah, there was
They
only
over
like
there, a
two hundred
billion
Every
thousand
strong.
over
every
here.
person of color, every black person that was born in this country. Oh, you were a Slav. Lies. Do
No,
you understand that? Lies. Because that
We know
starts
about the
biggest slave
creation
trade.
of
that goes
Liberia.
into that goes
1809 to
into your mind.
1863. That's the biggest slave trade that we had, and it was inside the own country. It was the paper
Yeah, but
genocide that happened
it
when they
still
start
don't make
taking
no
over the
sense
land.
because when you say 1809, bruh, do you know
Hmm.
how close that is to 1920 when they
That's right.
doggone
Yeah,
attacked Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the other map that I had put up where they had attacked all of our other cities, bro? They is spending like major money attacking all of our cities around the same time. So it makes perfect sense when our ancestors say we was attacked on every side. These is the lamest, the most stinky, vile, full of reproach type people that you could ever meet, bro. They done came over here. Listen, they on some old we come in peace types. Man, bro, let me tell you something. I'm not in the mood no more.
That's right.
Yeah,
They
I can't
can't.
take another infantile argument.
Now we're not doing that
No,
anymore.
mm.
It's over.
no. We got them tomb raiding our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, grave sites. Like I've been asking myself, like, how come Native Americans don't get mad when they watch a movie like Tomb Raider? How come the white tees don't get mad when they watch a movie like Tomb Raider? Because it's not their ancestors' graves that's being desecrated. Okay, we got to
Come
get
on.
back to the point, y'all, where we get mad when somebody desecrate our ancestors' graves. They done dug tunnels up under the mounds, y'all. They done went in there and got all the gold that we stuck in there to represent our ancestors. They done took all. Listen, they done went in there. We used to hide. We used to bury recipes and stuff like that with our ancestors because they the ones that created the recipes on those food type items and stuff like that. These folks going in there tomb raiding and desecrating the graves of our ancestors. We're the ones supposed to be angry about that stuff. These folk going crazy. They been went crazy.
You know what, Magnificent? Instead of us being angry, you know what? There's a difference because you know what? When we take the anger or we take that emotion and put it into action, that's where that is aligned with a strategy and a plan, with execution.
That's why we get no
I
credit.
believe that. I believe in transmuting that energy, but I also
And you know
believe
what?
in
And that's the piece
identifying my enemy.
And that's the piece
I
that
think it's
where we draw that line and that boundary. It's look, this is ours. You are even on our land. Let's be clear. We're not giving you a pass on that. Just so that you know. And I mean, when I tell you, and I say this with my entire chest, when I tell you I have my full documentation that goes all the way back, when I could not find a Slav, I said, you got to be kidding me.
That's a fact.
And
Make
it
sure
goes
y'all
all the
getting
way
these
back to the
screenshots because
Choctaw
this stuff is like very important.
Yeah, y'all
and
should be.
go
Y'all
all the
should
way
be.
There's
back
a
to the
reason the
Choctaw.
ancestors made some of these sculptures to look red like us.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
But we're supposed to accept that.
All right, let's hear from Leonardo. Go ahead and unmute your mic, brother. Leonardo, go ahead and unmute your mic, man. Going once. You know, sometimes people just be requesting up here, but they ain't
What
really.
would you guys like to hear?
What do you think about what you just heard, brother? I mean, you respect.
I'm astounded. Like, I don't know. It sounds like you guys are saying you're the indigenous ones, the original people here in Americas. I'm not from America. I'm from Canada.
Okay.
So none of that stuff is going on here.
But that means you're European.
No, I'm not European. I'm native.
Impossible.
That's not impossible. My tribe is Mi'kmaq.
I can prove to you that what you're saying is impossible.
You can't prove it to me. We warred with the French and the British.
The only thing you're basically, let me go ahead and jump ahead. I'm gonna show you I'm a mystic. You're saying that you're a Native American, and the
No,
only
you got
thing
that
that you
wrong. You got
remember,
that wrong. I'm not a Native
he said
American.
Native American.
That's
He
the
didn't
white
say
man's
Native
term.
American.
you're saying that you're European.
Nope,
Then
I'm indigenous to this land.
how are you indigenous to this land if you're
Because
non-melanated?
we met the white people when they got here.
You're lying
How am I lying?
because you can't prove that your people built anything here.
What has
Not
to
one
do
thing.
with
Y'all
built?
didn't even put up a flagpole.
What does it have to do with built? We met the white people when they
Because
got here.
listen, when a people live
You
somewhere,
got to check your
see
history, bro.
okay, cool, but don't interrupt me. When a people live somewhere for an extended period of time, you see traces of them. There are no traces of any kind of European or Native American here in America before, let's say, just the 1700s.
Well, all your guys' stuff is from the internet. It's not factual. We have all the facts.
You're lying. I can show you plenty of things
You
that
can't
was here
show me nothing
before
that I
you
don't
got.
know, bro.
Nah, you're just trying to argue it. I'm gonna literally show you.
No, I'm not trying to argue.
I'm gonna literally
Okay,
show you in
Show
artifacts.
us some facts then. Show us some facts. If you're saying all of our stuff's from the internet, show us what you got. That's definitive proof.
Well, I'm not on the
Right,
internet. I'm just
Leonardo.
on this thing right here. That's all I'm on.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes time to see, you can't do the I'm YT and I say so, brother. You can't.
I ain't YT. I ain't white.
You can't do that.
He said he's not white, and he said he's not Native American, but he thinks he's indigenous
That's
to
a
the
white
land.
man's term. That's a white man's term. It
Come
wasn't
on,
called
come on.
America when the white man got here. It was called Turtle Island.
You're a liar. It
What?
was called.
Man,
It's been called America for
Called
a
Turtle
very
Island?
long time,
so
bruh.
you guys named it
What does
America?
America mean? What does America mean?
I couldn't care less what America means. I'm
I
not from
know. Okay,
America.
let's deal with this. Let's deal with this. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta's been called Atlanta for eons. Why is it called Atlanta?
Beats me.
I know because you're a liar.
You sound like Earth speaks, bruh. That stuff you guys are saying won't fly over
Atlanta,
here.
Georgia was called Atlanta, Georgia in the
I know where Atlanta is.
1800s.
I know where
Listen,
Atlanta is.
mute him up, bro. Mute him up, bro.
No.
Atlanta was called Atlanta, Georgia in the 1800s. You cannot provide me any proof of Atlanta being called anything any different. General W.T. Sherman came through here in the 1800s to destroy this city, and at that time it was called Atlanta, Georgia. And you don't know why it's called Atlanta, Georgia, even though we're coming up on 100 years that it's been called Atlanta, Georgia. I would like for you to explain why it's called Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, you said 100 years, okay? That country in America and Canada are only like 150 years old. Naming why.
Bro, you sound sick.
I'm not sick.
Atlanta, no, don't try to interrupt me, bro, because I
Oh, but you
waited
can
on you to
interrupt me.
speak.
You can interrupt me, but you don't want me to interrupt you. I see how this works.
Well, I'm not on your panel. You're actually over here with us.
Hey, bro, all right, man. You knock it out,
All
bro.
right, so I'm asking you a question. Atlanta, Atlantic.
All
Okay?
right.
We all know how etymology works. When a word sounds
According to you.
extremely
According to
no,
you.
okay, that's why you interrupting because you don't want to receive.
You show
Okay?
me the fact of that.
At,
You since you want me to show a fact, you show me the fact.
you done?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sit quietly. Atlanta, Atlantic. Okay? Atlanta is the capital of Atlantis. Okay? That's why it's called the Atlantic Ocean. Okay? Atlanta
According to
means
you.
bro, be quiet unless you have actual information, bro.
You have
If
no
you're just trying to
information.
argue, bro,
I'm
I
not.
don't
Your
argue.
guys' theory is whack.
But here's
Okay, smart guy. Hold on.
Here's the problem.
Hey,
No. Here's the
all
problem.
right, go ahead.
You haven't come up with anything to refute it. All you're saying is I'm YT and I say so. That's all you're doing.
I'm not white. You guys keep saying I'm white. I'm not white.
It doesn't matter if you was blue, bro. You haven't came up with any kind of sources or any kind of
All right. I
actual
don't know nothing about
information.
Atlanta. I know zero
Then
about
why are
Atlanta.
you speaking?
So, because you guys brought me up on the panel and asked me what I had to say. What I
He
said.
Yeah,
did
but
not
you
bring
don't
up
have
Atlanta in
anything
any
to
way,
say.
brother.
All I
He
asked
brought
was
up,
what's
he's
going
from
on here.
Canada,
I brought
and
you
he
up.
said he was native to that land.
Yes.
Speaking to the Americas in any way is almost a disservice to what he might potentially be speaking to, because
Who
he's not
asked who
speaking to
where?
the Americas.
I didn't ask anything. You guys
Exactly.
asked me.
So spell your
Well,
tribe.
Leonardo, we don't need your
Spell the name
opinion
of your
if
tribe.
it's
Well, no,
not helping the point
that would be
or
too much, brother.
debunking it. Do you have
That
any
would be too far.
information?
Let me just ask
Do
you this there, magnificent. Can you guys be quiet for a second?
Give me the name of your tribe real quick. What's the name of your tribe?
Mi'kmaq.
Spell it.
MIKMAQ.
You have a Q in it?
Eastern New Brunswick. Of course you don't know anything, magnificent. You know nothing about us. Like I don't know anything about you.
MIKMAQ?
Bruh, I
Yes.
know about this whole plane of existence.
Tell me about my tribe then.
You are a made up people. You come from the wild man. And yeah. Nobody's laughing. I don't
you're
think
so
it's a
crazy
joke.
talking. You
We
hide behind a
literally,
picture.
hey, mute
The
him
only one
up,
who's
bro.
not hiding
Mute him
is
up, bro,
Too
and I
Much. He's
cook.
not hiding.
Bro, mute
I'm
him
not
up and I
hiding.
cook. Bro, mute him up and I cook.
Go ahead. Cook him real quick. Go ahead.
Bro, these folk come
real
from
quick.
the wild man, bro. These ain't nothing but the wild man, bro. These folks is these right here. Let me show you.
Wrong.
Man, bro, ain't nobody talking to you, bro.
You're wrong though.
Man, bro, ain't nobody talking to you, bro. Keep your
You go
comments to
on
yourself
national
for a second.
television and say this stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
These folks are the wild man, bro. You would have to be an old enough species to know about the wild man in order to speak on the wild man.
What, you're from the
These
past?
folks
You
ain't
got
nothing. Man, bro, ain't nobody talking to you. There's
you're talking
51
to me.
people in the live. You're one
How
person.
come I can't talk?
Nobody's
How come I
talking
can't
to
We're
talk?
you.
gonna let you talk. Let them cook real quick, brother. We're gonna let you. Trust me. I'm researching your tribe right now, but let
Yes,
them cook
sir.
real quick, and then we're
I
gonna let you
respect
talk.
that too much. I respect that. Thank you.
I'm
If you
researching it
respect
right
it,
now.
bro, sit quietly, bro.
Why you so pressed, bro?
These ain't, man, bro, I'm not trying to talk to you. Sit
Magnificent,
quietly.
magnificent. Just roll on. Just roll on.
Mute him up,
Yes, he
bro.
may
You a
interject
mod, bro. Keep
something.
him on mute.
I understand. Just that, bruh.
Just mute him
Just
while I cook
roll
right
on.
quick, and I got it.
He may interject some things, but don't get distracted from your goal.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. He's muted up. Go ahead, cook.
All right,
Go
let's
ahead and
get
cook.
it. Man, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing more. This ain't nothing more than a wild man. You got to be old enough as a species to know about the wild man. In the Bible, it even talks to you about the enclosed garden. There's a reason the garden was enclosed because outside of the garden was the wild man. You can see in the photo, it's not YT's battling the wild man, it's us battling the wild man, okay? You would have to be a old enough species to know about the existence of the wild man. And you would have to be an old enough species in order to know that we civilized the wild man. Case in point, we got a wild man sitting here trying to talk to us right now. Okay, I have more that I can get into to show you because they know about it. It's actually a what they call a disease called hypertrichosis, but we already know about the existence of the wild man. So therefore, this is not a disease. This is their ancient heritage. We literally had to civilize them. We had to do things like teach them how to walk upright, okay, which is righteousness. We also had to do things like teach them agriculture and farming and stuff like that, and irrigation and furthermore practices. We already know they didn't invent anything or whatever, which is why in 1492 they finally pull up over here where we're living like excellent, and then they run into the Gullah Indians based on your own reports when you discovered America based on your own reports. You discovered America, and we was already here. Christopher Columbus in his diary, he described how we look red and copper color, you know what I'm saying? Pulled up on the Gullah Islands. We still have the Gullah Geechee Indians. You guys don't even claim to be Gullah. So I'll stop right there, but I can cook for a long time. I'll stop right there.
Okay, now we're gonna give him a chance to speak. Go ahead and unmute your mic, brother. I'm muted you. Go ahead, Leonardo.
Yeah.
So you guys are
Basic.
the canoe people. You guys are the canoe people.
We're natives.
So you're the canoe, right? Y'all are known for the canoes, right?
We're known for being natives around. We fought the white guys. And Christopher Columbus never made it here.
What's the milk mark
What
word?
was the landmass that your people had under their
What's the
control?
milk mark word for devil?
We control the New Brunswick area in eastern New Brunswick, Canada. We never
What
ceded our territories. We only signed peace and friendship treaties.
what is the
Okay, so you never crossed the American border.
what is
I
the word
crossed the
for
American border
devil?
just for vacation.
What
No,
is
that's not. You know what I mean, brother.
okay,
I'm just
listen.
as a conquering force. You never
Well,
crossed the American border
yes, if
as
you're
a
looking,
people.
if you know where Maine is, the state of Maine,
Yes.
there's a tribe there, the Mi'kmaq. They fought with the Americans to battle us. We were fighting the British, and they were fighting us. And we were all fighting each other. The Mi'kmaq, the British, and the Americans. The American
I
Revolutionary.
understand. Okay, that time frame was when, if I may.
You got to be thinking 1700s, maybe.
Okay, and at that point, everything the Meatball crowd or congregation, forgive me, kept to was on the Canadian side of the border. After that,
Yeah,
How come y'all
yeah.
are so small? How come y'all are so small?
because of genocide, blankets that the chicken smallpox blankets that they gave us. They used germ warfare against us.
Oh, wait. That's important.
So what is y'all?
Smallpox, bruh. He said smallpox. That means that they were in close contact and interbreeding with Europeans.
No, we weren't interbreeding with
That's
them.
a lie. You don't
No,
get
that's not what. No,
smallpox from somebody
Li-
unless you're literally close to them, like face to face.
Well, we were doing trade. It's called trade. We were doing commerce. We had the fur trade.
exactly. And they did some dirty work back then, and they threw some sick blankets on them just to
Yep.
try and thin out their crowds.
Yep.
I can understand that because it's not the first time they've done it. They've always used chemical warfare against what they believe were an inferior
They couldn't beat
class
us.
of people.
So let me ask you this: what is your word for devil?
What do you mean? What's my word for devil? Like my language, mundu.
Yeah. What is it called?
Mundu.
Spell that.
Mundu. It could be spelled in a variety of ways, but where we spell it, it's MONDU. Mundu. I don't know what you're looking at, but
It's Mundu. It's not Monitu.
You're looking at a
it's
language
pronounced
that's not
mundu.
older than the languages that we are using.
What's your language you speak, Magnificent?
Guess what, bro? Guess what?
What?
My true government name translates back to Paleo Hebrew, and I don't have to change it.
Okay, but listen just for a second. I'm going to speak my
Yeah,
language
I
for a
know
second.
you said, but I don't need to know your language because I know
No, I
who
don't just speak
created.
English.
I know
That's the
who
white man's
created.
language.
I know who created the Native American languages,
No,
and
you don't. That's a lie. You're lying.
I also
You're
know
lying.
that I
You're
also
lying.
know
Hold on, brother.
I also know that y'all use blood quantum theory, which was made up. It was made up
How is it made up?
because, bro, blood quantum theory was invented when the indentured servants came over here in order to nationalize all of you guys.
No, it was to stop white people from trying to be in our tribe.
Nobody else in the whole world uses blood
Because
quantum
in
theory
America,
except you guys.
hold on, Magnificent. Wait, just wait. In America, a white person can declare themselves native with a 1/62nd blood quantum. That doesn't fly here.
I know. So therefore, you guys actually literally don't exist. You are not you are not the people who listen. I'm gonna tell you something
I
magnificent.
think you're going a little
None
bit too
of
far on this one, brother. I
well,
think you're going a little bit too far.
who
They
me?
have
Blood
a
quantum
belief system.
theory has a date when it was
No, brother,
invented.
no, brother. You are bringing a Native American disposition and or a foundational American disposition when that is not where he is speaking from.
Facts.
He's speaking from a Canadian disposition.
It
And
doesn't matter, bro. Any
only
kind
a
of
Canadian disposition. He's never made
all
any claim to any land over here in any way,
I hear you, but
other
I
than what's
also
happened in
know
Maine. So I don't understand when you now,
I do
from my
I do
position, what I
understand
see
where
you
you coming
saying
from.
is you keep bringing up things up on the North American continent, and he is not speaking to things on the North American continent.
I understand that, but I also understand that Canada is the real Europe and the real Europeans
No,
are
it's not.
our people.
No,
I have proof of
they
it.
made treaties with us to stay here.
You
We never
literally
ceded our
just proved
territory
what
to
I
them.
said.
We own our land. We
You
don't.
literally just proved what I said.
What did I prove? What did you
You
prove?
literally just proved it.
What
I
is it?
said that the original Europeans are our people, and you're like
But I'm
making a
not
statement.
European.
I said that Canada is the real Europe. And
It's not
said,
though.
bro, also said I could prove it. And then right behind me, you're like, oh no, we made treaties with them. Bro, this is something that I understand religiously. You guys
I think
are
you got it
only,
backwards.
bro, let me finish my sentence at least. You guys are on, like when you talk about your history, The only thing you're going to bring up is WAR because you don't have a history behind that.
How do we not have a history?
Bro, tell me your history without mentioning WAR and I'll shut up.
You know, this is where you get it wrong, because every time a native person even brings up the notion that they were hunter-gatherers, you guys go on about building pyramids like if it was you guys that built them, the artifacts that you guys say you guys have, when it's not true. Because as hunter-gatherers, we lived off the land. We didn't go around conquering people. Yeah, when we warred amongst each other, but we battled, not warred, we battled. We didn't try to annihilate each other. We were all territorial. And then when the white people came here, they were here looking for conquest of gold and minerals and whatnot. And, you know, that's when they started trying to take over everybody. And then, you know, that's how the Hudson Bay fur trade started. And then, you know, when there's a history in my community of them hiding a black guy on the island, and it dates back to, like, this saying is the 5th generation of Beyonce's great-great-grandfather or something, because we were hiding them. Because the French were being hunted by the English, and there was this train fucking thing going on. They were hiding black people through that. And, you know, like, and now how you're going on, like, you know, it's only creating
See what I mean,
animosity.
y'all? The only thing
Is that
he
train
mentioned
thing the Underground Railroad?
Underground Railroad.
bro.
That's
He mentioning things that
Yeah.
he mentioning things that he heard about. He's not
I've
literally
not heard about it.
going,
It's a fact.
okay, Leonardo, you just talked and I was quiet, okay? And I'm not talking to you and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So let me talk. Bros, he's only mentioning things he's heard about. He's not literally going into history and telling y'all about things that actually did happen. Like, for example, we all know it's only 48 presidents. So why not go ahead and start talking about things from the 1700s, 1600s, 1500s, 1300s that proves that they were there in Canada, bro?
Yeah,
We
what
do.
What proof do you have that you were there in the 13th century? What
We
proof
have
do you-
all kinds of artifacts that we were here before, because, you know, understand about the Vikings. The Vikings came here. We battled the Vikings to get them off our land. That was in the 12th century.
Can you show us something?
I'm on the iPad. I can't show anything right now. Look it up. I'm not telling stories there, Magnificent. It's facts.
When can you come back, man?
Don't care if you telling stories. I was born 45 years ago and I
was
didn't know
born
nothing
51
and I
years ago. I'm
started
older than you.
studying. I started studying, bro.
When,
and I'm the
last
type
year?
of bro, you trying to argue, I'm not. I'm just trying to
You're
take my
arguing,
time to
bro.
All right,
keep
bro. I'm gonna mute
insulting
up,
me.
bro.
Excuse me. Leonardo,
Yes.
I will say it like this. I try and be dispassionate when I'm receiving information. So I'm not saying nay or yay to the information that you were giving. I want you to
That's
understand
okay.
Yeah.
that. Okay, I hope you get that. And Too Much seems to be saying, let me get more information. Let us do a little bit more background check on the information that you're bringing
I'm
us.
like,
Please
this.
do.
You gotta come back, because here's what we don't do. We don't say you're lying, and then that's-
Magnificent said I was lying, so I said he was lying.
no. But I'm saying
We passions rise, brothers. That's
did.
how I would classify
did.
that.
I'm saying
It did.
we gotta slow down and we gotta unpack everything. If you make a statement, now we gotta talk about that statement before you move on to the next one. Instead of just saying, shouting out, "Oh, you're lying," "Oh, that's not true," or "You're making," show us. We need to see.
And
here's
my
the thing.
apologies. I can't show you anything at the moment.
Here's the thing: what Magnificent did. At least he backed up everything with pictures, with carvings, with archaeological study. I mean, he came with his facts and he brought it.
But those ain't his facts. Those are the white man's facts. He's pulling up stuff that the white man documented. He
That
didn't
is an
document that.
understandable statement, sir.
Okay, hold on. What better proof than to show the proof of them saying it?
There's no way, no how our
Before they
native
denied
tribes
it.
is going to use a white man's information.
Okay, so what information are you
And-
going to use? That's not the white man. What information are you going to use? That's not.
Well,
the
I
white
wish you could come here and see our information, because I can't prove nothing on this iPad I'm on.
No, brother, we understand and we hear you saying that, and this is why we're saying, give us a chance and give us some time to look into the statements that you've made.
Oh, definitely. Research my culture at the same time. We're the tribe of 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie here. It's the Iroquois nation that we all run on, and you know, we have our own facts.
So you're part of the so 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶 are part of the Iroquois nation.
It's no, there's a 6 nations. It's called. I'm not quite adept into history as magnificent is. You know what I mean? I lived the life. I lived that life. You know, I'm not into. I never thought in my life I'm gonna prove I have to be a native person. You know what I mean? I don't have to prove it.
Let me tell you something. You do have to prove it because there's so much. Because there's evidence to disprove what you saying you don't have to prove.
It'll never happen here. It'll never happen here. There's zero
In
black
Canada,
people here.
they're operating on a different.
Let me tell you what
factor.
Let me tell you what we know. And you can take this what you want to take it. We know that everywhere you go, I'm talking about 6,000, 7,000, 10,000, 250,000. The oldest bones is us. It's always going to be the black indigenous, the darker skin, the copper color, no matter what. And whenever you come on having less than, when you don't have that melanin correctly, we got to question that because we know just through science, just through nature, that indigenous means melanated.
I don't think so.
Now, when you're looking kind of pale, I'm just saying you're looking kind of pale. I mean, maybe you need to cam up.
Bruh, I'm pale because I'm inside. But if I go outside for a week, you trust me, I'll be fucking brown.
I don't know about that, brother.
I ain't black, I'm brown. That's like calling Mexicans white. They're brown.
I'm gonna just
That's
say
the
like this.
same thing as everything else you did, bro. You make a claim and you don't want to back it up in
Yeah.
any way.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't have the proof right now, but you know, I wish I did on this. I can't prove it on this iPad.
I got you. So it's almost better that you don't say nothing until
Well, you guys brought me up and asked me.
No, you requested up, so I brought you up.
Okay, but
I
anyway,
didn't just
hey guys,
put your name out the list. You
Hey, guys.
requested
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
glad
sir.
we got to have this discussion. I really did. It made me
I
feel
hope you
better.
don't feel attacked, brother. I
No,
hope you don't feel it.
I like debating.
I'm like this, Leonardo. I'm like this. Listen, at the end of the day, you got to stand on business. When you come up here to this live, you better be able to stand on everything you're saying. You can't just throw things out there and say you're lying. That's not true. You need to.
Well, he said it to me. He said it to me. I was lying.
But the
He's
difference
calling
is
me white guy and all that.
Hold
but I'm
on,
not.
hold on. The difference is he stood on business because he came with documentation. Now, you
White
don't have
man's
to accept it.
documentation.
Now, you don't have to accept the
White man's documentation too much. Come on now.
But here's the thing, brother. That's I'm white and I say so. That's I'm white and I say so.
I love how you guys talk, man. You guys are real keen, real slick on it.
No, it ain't slick, brother. That's just what you're doing.
Bro, it's not.
We don't do the I'm African, I say
So
so.
how is it that we're 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶 tribes and the Europeans are who they are? How is it that?
Can I say something? I've been listening, and really, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. But I have
We're
to
trying to
understand,
prove who's
like,
native.
all right, who cares, Leonardo? Who cares? Who gives a
These
shit?
guys care.
No,
I'm
we do
just
care.
saying. I'm
Let her
just
finish.
saying. Who cares? No one was here 100 years ago. I don't have my glasses on. Too much. The guy in the corner, cousin you, whatever, Leonardo, me, Sonny, and magnificent. We weren't here, so what does it matter?
It
Kinda got a point.
Honestly,
Depends on
we're
how
here
far.
in
They got a point.
2025. We have to represent our ancestors 110%.
How are you going to represent your ancestors when you saying we weren't here 100 years ago when it doesn't matter?
Well, you and I weren't, right?
Okay, but again, how are you going to say it doesn't matter and then you say we got to represent our ancestors?
Yes, it does and it doesn't. We have to do what we need to do
That's
for
kind of a little-
today
that's a little
and
confusing.
moving forward, but we can't go back. Whatever happens in the past, happened in the past. We can't.
No.
Even if it was 2 days ago, we could study. That's what you do
Oh,
with your ancestors. You study.
110%. I agree with you. but there's like a lot of arguments going back and forth about like
Don't make
who
it sound
was
like I'm
here in
arguing.
the United
Nobody,
States. Is that
hold
what
on.
we're talking
Nobody's
about?
arguing. Hold on, I'm the host. Just calm down. Nobody's arguing. What I'm saying is, what we do here is we stand on business. If you say something, you got to be able to back it up, or why else say it? It doesn't make it doesn't help the 68 people in the room just to say that's not true. You're lying.
I'm not saying
It
things
doesn't
aren't
help.
true.
No, it doesn't
I'm
help
just saying,
nobody. Hold on. It doesn't help anybody. But you know, it helps people when you say that's not true. Let me show you this. Okay, now we got someone to look at to back up because of your statement of what you're saying. But if you just say, "Oh, that's not true. You're lying. That don't make no sense." Blah blah blah. I mean, you go that route. You lost.
Anyway, what do I do to come back on here later? I got to go cook. I got to work.
Yeah. Come, man. You're welcome.
I'm gonna follow you. All right, bro.
Yeah, follow me. I'll be back on tomorrow. You
All
come
right,
back.
magnificent. Much love, brother. We're gonna have to keep debating.
You can follow me and step on up in my live, and I'll cook way harder than that.
Yeah.
Well, next time I'm gonna bring my facts.
Everybody do me a favor. Hold on. Everybody do me a favor.
What?
Follow Magnificent, because the brother does have some game.
Bro, I'm gonna bring my game.
Send them a phone and bring your game, please.
I'm gonna bring it.
And make sure y'all share. If you go up in his live, make sure you share with me so I can.
Let
us know so we can show up too.
I want to show up too.
Yeah.
I may
Research
not
mine.
be able to get on the
Hey,
panel.
too much. Research my tribe. You'll see.
I'm researching. I do this, bro. This is what I do.
Takes more than 2 seconds.
I may not be able to get on the panel, but I at least want to be able to see it, hear it, listen to it while I'm working or doing whatever I need to do. I want to be here for that. But if not, come back to my panel and bring the receipts. Always bring the receipts. Don't show up empty-handed.
I didn't expect that. I'm gonna bring the receipts next. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go.
Okay.
All right, man. Go get your cook on.
Bring the receipt. Bring the receipt, because that's the only way we're going to unpack and we're going to learn. This is a teaching moment. Y'all understand? Listen, we have to teach y'all. We got to feed. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You don't just give them the whole elephant and say eat up. No. You got to spoon feed these people, because they're not gonna be able to regurgitate this, because some of this information is like, it's too heavy. It's really deep. So we gotta keep it kind of surface level to a certain extent, because y'all not ready for the whole iceberg. Y'all can just see the tip. Y'all can just see the tip. So understand this thing. If we really come out and tell you who we really are, y'all think we some superheroes or some mutants or something, and that's not the purpose of this, man.
Go on and drop them too much so that you don't mess up the algorithm.
All right, let me drop them down. There we go. So, Sonny, where are you from, Sonny?
East Coast.
East Coast. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we hear
that. Part of Cali.
What was? I'm sorry, but like, what was the topic? The whole topic, because I came in late, so I just heard like a lot of like conversations back and forth, and I tried to like follow. And then it was like
what we're talking
Indians
about is
and
who are the real indigenous of the Americas, who has the ancient blood, and who we are, and we're telling people, listen, this is as simple as we can get. I don't want to go too deep, but this is as deep as we can go. If you look up the definition of American, and this is out of the Webster's Dictionary of 1828, it says a whole nother definition than what it says for what an American is today. And you can Google this. Ask Google, according to the 1828 Webster's Dictionary, what is the definition of an American? If you ask Google that, it's going to tell you something on the lines of this: indigenous, aboriginal, copper-colored races found here by the Europeans. That was
am I considered European?
You sound European.
When did you get here?
When did you get here?
I'm Italian.
You're European.
I'm
when
third
did you
generation.
Get here?
So
right. So you're not indigenous.
So I'm not. No.
Right.
Yeah.
At some point in time, you'd be an immigrant then, correct?
Right.
Am
Right.
I? Well, I was born
At some
here,
point in
so
time, not you, not your
It
Hold
lineage
on,
doesn't
hold
would
on,
have
hold
at
matter
on,
if
some
you
point
were
in time been
born
an
here
immigrant.
I get
because
that you
even
were
a
born here,
wait,
right?
hold on one second. I can't. There's too many. I'm sorry. Who
I
was
was, oh,
speaking?
well, hold on. I was saying I get that you were born here, right?
Yeah.
But you do know that the birthright citizenship was only for one group of people, right?
Who's that?
Slaves. That's where you get birthright citizenship from. Slaves. You
I
had to be
don't
a
know.
slave.
I don't know.
It's the
I don't.
13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. You could just do the research. Matter of fact, Trump even said it. Trump said it. If you look at the fourth birth, that's why the whole thing is to get rid of birthright citizenship, because we got too many people in here claiming I'm an American because they were born here.
So am I an American then?
Well,
no.
if you look at
See,
the
here's the
if you
thing.
look at
You're
like
a United States citizen. Most
right,
people, what they don't understand is that being born here makes you a citizen of the United States,
Yeah,
not
but
a
I'm
act.
third generation. So
But
what does that
hold
make
on,
me?
Sonny. Like, listen to what I'm saying. A citizen of the United States is totally different than an actual indigenous American.
Well, what's an indigenous
Because the
American?
United States is actually a corporation. So if you
Well,
are
we
a
know that
citizen,
for sure.
right, but if you know it, Sonny, then citizenship only applies to the corporation. It does not
American,
apply to the actual landmass, Sonny.
right?
So
American is
what does that
Robert
make me? I'm
Solomon's
asking you
citizen.
guys. So if
Okay,
I'm
I'm
Italian,
telling you, it
That
makes
would
you a
make you an
citizen.
immigrant to the land.
Right. You're
make
not
me
Even
an
even
immigrant to the
even if
land.
even if you come from up under the status of an immigrant, you can only be a citizen. You cannot become indigenous to the land.
right.
So who's
That's just
indigenous? Like
bananas for
Indians?
people to think that because they were born here that they're indigenous to the land. No, the land belongs to the people that actually inhabited it before anyone else.
Well, I mean, we're splitting hairs here.
But no,
No?
we're not because Europeans by default admit that they're not from here. Native
Well, we're all,
Americans,
but
no,
I
we're
am from
not,
here.
Sonny. You know, you're not from here. You live here. You abide here. You reside here. Even Native Americans by
That's
default.
no, that's not
Sonny,
true.
you're
Let me
just
say it like this. Hold on.
disagreeing.
Hold on. Let me say it
I
like
mean,
this.
I was born here. My parents were born
Right,
here. I
right.
mean,
Let me say
there's got to
right,
be
right,
some
right,
generational,
right.
like
Let me say it
whatever,
like
like
this. Let me say it like this. Do you have a
Italian.
homeland?
I am
Hold
Italian,
on,
but I don't speak
hold on,
Italian. My father
hold on.
does. My
I got you.
grandparents do,
I
but
got you.
I'm
And that's the
American.
problem with a lot of Nigerians who come here. The first generation Nigerians who have their kids here, they think they're American, and when they go back to when they go back to their homeland, they want everybody to deal with them like they're an American, but they're really Nigerian. So what I'm telling you is, do you have a homeland?
Yeah, America.
No. Do you have a homeland other than America? Do you have a homeland?
No, no.
If
See, this
okay,
is just
say
ridiculous, too
listen,
short,
listen.
too much, because they'll say they're Italian, but they won't call their homeland Italy. When
I've
That
never
somebody
been.
says that
I've
they're
never even
Chinese,
been there.
their homeland, it
okay,
doesn't matter.
if
Even
a
been there.
Chinese
So how
person,
can
hold
I
on, hold on.
say that
Let
I'm
me make it make sense, honey. If a
my
Chinese person,
heritage is Italian in
I
Italy,
got you,
but I've
let me
never
make it
even
make
been to
sense.
Italy.
Let me make it make sense. If a Chinese person comes over here and says they're from New York, what are you
Yeah.
really asking them when you ask them where they're from? You expect them to say I'm from China, right?
I'm
Not I'm
sorry.
from Alabama.
I didn't.
Not I'm from
I'm sorry.
Alabama, right?
I didn't hear you. What was the question?
Okay, if a Chinese person and you ask a Chinese person where they're from, you're not expecting them to say Alabama, are you? And they're
I don't.
Chinese.
I don't know.
Okay, let me say it again. Okay, there's common sense. If you see a Chinese person in this country, and or Asia, let's say Asian person, you don't know if they're Chinese, Japanese, you don't know. You just say, where are you from? You're not going to expect them to say, I'm from Alabama, are you?
Yes, I am because I've been friends with American Chinese people who are
Okay,
American,
okay. What about their parents? Are you
Let me say it like this. Let me
and
try
their
this one, bro.
their
parents?
parents
Let me try it
were
like
from
this.
America too.
Can
So
can you take your family back in America to the
yes,
1870 census?
I can I can take my I know
No.
my whole lineage. Yes,
When you take them back to the 1870 census, can you do that?
yes.
No, you can't.
I can take my family back
That we're
to
here on this
in the
In
soil.
United States.
America,
I'm
We
only
can't.
Sonny,
third
in
generation, so I can
America,
take. Oh,
in
in
America.
America?
Yeah, in America. Can you
Yes.
trace them back to the 1870 census in America?
No, no.
No, you cannot. Then you
Then
are,
that means
by
you are an
definition, an
immigrant.
immigrant. You are an
I'm
immigrant.
not an immigrant.
Yes, you are.
No,
Sonny, the
Sonny.
reason why you would have to become a citizen is
Why?
because before becoming a citizen, you were an immigrant.
But I never was.
Someone in
Me
your family tree,
personally.
they're not you personally. No, someone
Li-
in
Yeah,
your family tree got here and made your
yeah,
grandma, made your
yeah,
grandfather and your mom. That happened. But that
yeah.
happened back then so you could be here now. That's what we're saying. Okay?
Right.
Okay.
Now, whether or not we know you're not. We
Yeah.
know that you are not. We're not saying that, dear.
What
But what
Okay.
we're
Sonny
saying is that
is
you're
a
yesterday.
naturalized. What Sonny is a natural born citizen, but she's still a citizen. A citizen is totally different than an American. And it's not our fault that you didn't know that.
Right. So
What?
It's the United States
what I'm
government's
telling
fault.
you is at the term American, if you just look at the 1828 Webster's Dictionary, that is the truest form of American. And it doesn't mention anything about Europeans being American because they knew back then, even when the corporation was founded, that they were not American. They were not indigenous to the land. That type of pride came later, like around the 1900s, and then they changed the definition to include anybody born here. But the original, and Trump said this. Trump. This is how Trump is able to deport all these people out of here. He's saying, listen, we need to get rid of birthright citizenship because we no longer need it. That was for a certain group of people who
But
were
you're.
enslaved.
I think I'm missing the whole point because I feel like I
The whole
maybe
point
came
is this
into the
right here in
conversation
short.
like a little bit
Hold on,
later.
let her talk. Let her
The whole
talk.
point is this right here in short. Okay? At one point in time, they bought thousands
Who
and
who
thousands and thousands of people, if you let
who
me say it,
who bought?
thousands and if you let me, the
Who?
U.S. corporation
Yeah.
allowed, can I say it? The U.S.
Sure.
corporation allowed thousands and thousands and thousands of people to come over here as workers by way of indentured servitude. Okay. That actually includes our president. Okay. It includes our military because we know who the indentured servants became. Now, it also applied to their children that they had here. On that day, they naturalized those people, making them citizens. Okay. So these are naturalized citizens. These are not people who were literally born here, but citizenship was extended to their children. So that way, when their children are born, they're automatically citizens, but they're not automatically American.
Right. So American, again, the definition for American, according to the Webster's Dictionary of 1828, is coppered, colored races, the indigenous and aboriginals who were
Yeah, but
found
like who
here.
gives a shit? Uh, Honestly, who cares?
At this
It's
point in time, the simple
20
fact of the matter,
25. Who cares? Who came
Okay.
because
over? What
we're
time?
making a claim
We're
against the
making a
United States
claim on
government for
all
reparations for
these
the harm
people.
that they've done.
Oh, oh, that's what we're talking about. Reparations. I
Yeah.
didn't know
No,
what we were talking about.
Actually, I mean, we weren't specifically talking about that, but we were showing that. Listen, we're the bloodline that's connected. See, what I'm saying is this:
Who's the bloodline?
we don't have a homeland. Our homeland. See, if they wanted to take, if they
Who is the homeland?
listen. I'm gonna tell you. Just listen, okay? See, if you're from, if you're Italian, you have a homeland called Italy. If you're Nigerian, you have a homeland called Nigeria. The only people that can't be deported ever up off this land is the true American.
Indians.
True copper-colored races. Yeah, and guess who those Indians?
Well, then you shouldn't be here either.
Guess who? No. Guess who those Indians were?
Native American.
Reclassified. No, they've been reclassified, and we can prove that.
They never was reclassified. They was called Native Americans from
I
the
think
beginning.
I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just don't understand.
No, I get it. And what we're simply saying is,
listen. This again. This may be like this to you, okay? And it's okay.
It's not over my head. I'm smart.
You requested up, so I brought you up. But this may be like this because again,
don't do that. That's condescending.
he's not trying to be insulting. It just means it might be just information you don't know.
Because you weren't listen, this information I'm telling you, you were not taught in school. There's two types of knowledge out there, right?
Well, I went to college with all due respect. I graduated and all that. I'm very educated. I chimed in like late, so I'm trying to understand.
Interjecting, I can't explain it to you, okay? You can't overtalk the host. You can't keep interrupting me. If you got something to say, just hold it. I'll be done. But there's two types of information. There's two types of knowledge. There's hidden knowledge, and then there's forbidden knowledge. Hidden knowledge is what's locked away, like in the Vatican. Nobody can see it because it's locked away. It's just hidden. But forbidden knowledge is right in front of your face. You look at symbols, you look at signs every day, and you don't know what they mean, and nobody's going to teach it to you, and you're just oblivious to it. It's right in front of your face. What I'm telling you is forbidden knowledge. Knowledge they don't necessarily want us to know, but they hide it in plain sight. And you're not taught this in school. You never knew about the 1828 Webster Dictionary, right? You never knew about that. Because if you did, you would know who the copper-colored races were. When Hollywood start whitewashing everything and telling you the cowboys were white, the Indians look like Italians, that shit.
The Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger looked like an Italian.
I don't think that anybody looks like anyone. I think that the United States.
Bro, she lying, bro. She intentionally lying for her point.
Hold on.
It's called cognitive dissonance.
Hold on.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Hold on. The most famous, listen, the most famous Indian is Iron Eyes Cody. And everybody thought he was Native American. Everybody. He played in all the movies, all the shoot 'em up, and all the cowboy in the movie he played in them. He was Iron Eyes Cody. Just Google Iron Eyes Cody. You know what Iron Eyes Cody's real nationality is? Italian. You ever heard of a spaghetti western? Those are Italians. That's what happens. So when you keep seeing these visuals over and over and over again, you start to believe the Egyptians are YT. You understand what I'm saying? You start to believe it because you're seeing it. You start to believe Jesus is YT because you're seeing these visuals. You just keep seeing these visuals over and over and over again. It's called a psyop. Okay? But in all actuality, brother, I got to put you back on the big screen so you can just show the picture real quick. Please, Magna.
Can I ask a question?
What an American Indian, you can ask the question, but please show a picture of what an American Indian really looks like. Please give her just a visual.
Here's my question. What does it matter what we look like?
It doesn't matter to you because those are your ancestors. It matters to us because that's our people.
Hey, brother, can I ask a quick question here? if that's okay. I'm just joining here, and
Real
thank you
quick,
for
sir.
having me up as well.
Yes, sir. Real quick.
Yes, sir. I promise I'm gonna get this real quick. Doesn't the truth matter in life? So you're asking, like, stay with me. You're asking, why does it matter? Doesn't the truth matter? And I'm not going to go biblical with you because I know you're not ready for that conversation, and I'm not insulting you, but the truth shall
I'm
set
ready
us
for
all
it.
free. The truth shall set us all free. And here's what I'm trying to show you. If I told you as an African American, you see my picture on the phone right now, and I told you I'm from Germany, would you not like say, how can he be from Germany?
No, I don't care. I think it's great
So
you're
so
from
so here's
Germany.
the point. Here's the point. It matters to us. Okay? Did you step on the side of history where your whole family history, even the Bible, has been stricken from you and whitewashed? So what you're trying to do here is you're trying to straddle the fence. You're talking about your personal feelings and objections. We're trying to find the truth. You talk about a history of our people and other nations that have been lied to. We all been lied to. Let me say it another way that maybe that you could catch this. And I'm going to drop this diamond and hopefully you catch it. If you have a husband and you came home and the maid is on his, you know what, would you want the truth then? Or would you say, it doesn't matter when he's literally
Because
laying in bed with the
sexual
maid? I need you to use
premise.
cognitive dissonance.
But here's
And
the
if it
thing, though.
doesn't matter to you,
You're asking me a question when my ancestors and my grandparents were in Italy. We weren't in the United States, so I don't know how to answer your question.
so what I'm
What,
saying to you is that you're
I'm
straddling.
Italian. We were in Italy. We weren't a part of what you're talking about. So
So then
it's
what are
really
we trying to
hard for
tell
me
you?
to
That this
separate.
is our
You're
ancestors'
jumping.
land.
You're
You just
jumping.
admitted it.
Hold on, real
Can-
quick. You're jumping to reparations. You're jumping to guilt. We're not here to guilt you.
Exactly.
Feels
We
like
don't
it,
care
all of
about the
that.
guilt
We
part.
didn't say you
But
had
we're
to
trying,
do.
and we're not
You had anything to
individual.
do
Hold
with
on.
anything.
We're not individualizing you. What we're trying to say is that even in this point, let me say it another way. You're coming into our space and you came in and you said, hold on. No, hold on. I'm trying to help you. And I mean this with all love and respect. And I mean that. I could test your spirit and see that you're not coming with ill intentions. But my point is that unless it is a white man or a person in church trying to tell our history when they both have lied to us, and even some of our black people, we're trying to get to the truth. I don't care where the truth comes from. So what we care about is what happened to us and the world. As a people, we are not racist. Y'all should hopefully know that by now. But the racist people of the world have literally came in and literally colonized this world. And then now they're playing victim. Oh, it doesn't matter what color the Messiah is. It doesn't matter what this is. So then what about our feelings? Have anybody made us whole? I'm going to give you a biblical scripture, 16:11 or 16:19 to 20:19. Moses said it himself, let my people go. That's biblical prophecy. And what has America done? Not let our people go, not reparated us. So while we're speaking this way, it's with passion. It is not in any way, shape, or form. Please let me land my plane. My point is this. I am a Aboriginal of this land. And my ancestors told me this before they died and before their family died. This is generational. So when you say your generational heritage is in Italy, then if you're standing on this land, what does that make you? An
So what is
immigrant.
it? Okay, then I'm
Does that
an
not make
immigrant.
sense? Can I go to Italy right now and say, oh, my mom's had me here. It's about
I
where your
don't even have a
family.
passport. I,
Sister,
you know,
You're
I,
sister,
I,
still
I
making this
literally,
about you. You're making this
no.
about you.
Listen,
And as the brother said, this is not
I
about
think I don't,
guilt
I
to
just,
you,
I guess,
sister. Sister, this
I
is
guess
not
I just
about
don't
you.
understand. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
but let me say it this way. I'm going to
Because I
leave
feel
this
like you're
last
like
word.
angry.
No, I'm not attacking you. I'm speaking with passion because I'm talking about what happened to my people on this land. Okay, so it is passion, not anger. And just because you're not used to maybe a black man speaking the way I
Oh,
speak, I
no,
speak with.
I'm friends with
Okay,
lots of people.
okay. So then don't take it there either. Nor will I. What I'm trying to say to you, this stuff matters to our people. Our people are broken. Our people have been home down the streets. You
Yeah.
see all of the division in this world right now. What we're trying to do is find the truth, because the truth will not just make us free, it will make all of us free. That's all we asking for. And
Right.
if
What do
you
I
are
have to do?
educated as
What
you
I'm
say you are, and I'm not
I
questioning
need
your
you to land your plane,
credentials.
brother. I need you to land your plane, brother.
All right, last point, I promise. If you're saying that we're seeking the truth, this is about not just you personally. And this is what happens when you interject yourself into the world and make it
I,
about you. We're talking
I,
about the whole
I
world.
All right, land
didn't
your plane, brother.
think
Land
I
your plane.
I'm
was
done.
interjecting myself and making it about myself at all, actually.
Well,
I
we're
don't even
telling
know
you about the
Say what you're
world, and
saying,
you're
sister.
still
Say
saying
what
that
you
you
want to
don't
say,
know.
sister.
No.
I
Let her
don't
speak,
even know
I'm
brother.
done. I'm done. I'm
I
done.
don't even know what I have to do with this at all, to be
Right.
honest.
You decided to
I
come up.
I
You
wasn't
came into
here.
this room. You came into
I,
this room, and I brought you up. And
no,
then you said, I don't know what's
and I
going on.
love that, and I
What are we
appreciate it,
talking
and thank
about?
you so much. And I want to
And I
educate
told you.
myself.
Right.
Absolutely.
This is forbidden knowledge we're talking about. You came into the room that's talking
And I
about forbidden
love
knowledge.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not going to get this you haven't learned this in school because they won't teach forbidden
It's not
knowledge.
just about school. I've been friends with like so
Let me
many
say it to you
people
like
and
this,
so
sister.
many
It's not
walks
about
of life.
being friends
I
with
never
black people.
experienced.
It's not about that, man. It's not about being friends with black people or
It's not about
Asian
black
or
people
Native
or white
American.
people or whatever. I
It's
just
not.
personally, from the East Coast, I've never experienced anything bad. Everyone was always friends with everyone.
How old are you, dear? Sorry, don't mean to ask that.
I was born in 1980. So
Okay.
I just, everyone was just friends with everyone. I literally
She
like all
lives. She's
this.
been living in a fairy tale world, bruh. She was born
No,
in
no, that
1980,
is
just
so
like I'm not talking to
terrible. Like,
you.
what do you
I'm
mean?
not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Okay,
She was
excuse
born
me.
in 1980, just like me. So she went through the crack era.
Just like
And
me.
so
Oh,
therefore we know that what these agendas did to our people. We had a very hard time waking up from those agendas. We also, after the 80s, went through the 90s and went through the crackdown era where we like our people were
Yep.
like getting
Mass
locked up for
incarceration.
any and everything.
Mass
Okay, we've
incarceration.
had to get through that mass incarcerations of our people. Okay, we're just now getting to the
shit.
point to where we're starting to realize, like, oh crap, the educational system isn't helping us because when they teach us so-called Black history, all they want to show us is roots and doggone color purple or whatever. They don't even want to show us, for example, since I have the big screen, they don't want to show us looking like this. They do not want to show us looking like this. They do not want to show us looking like this.
I
They
don't
do not
care
want to
about
show.
any of
I know
that.
you don't, ma'am, but 60 some people in the room want to know. They
Okay,
don't
can
want
I
us
just?
to,
I have to go.
ma'am, hold
Hold
on a
on, I
second,
gotta
please.
go. I gotta
It's
go.
it's
Okay,
all good. It's all good. Okay, I'm gonna keep
hold on one
talking.
moment. Let
They
me
don't
just.
want to show it. No, ma'am, please. I'm got the floor. You had the floor. They don't want to show us looking like this, showing us that we are the actual Britons, and then they came and invented the British. Matter of fact, ish means something like, okay? They don't want to show us looking powerful. They don't want to show us on the ancient sculptures and things that exist. They could have easily showed us ourselves. They didn't want to show us ourselves in the codex. They could have showed us ourselves in the Aztec Codex, but they didn't do that or whatever. They could have also allowed us to know some of this like history on them, like how the Mormons and everything, how they like these guys are criminals, but ended up in political power, ended up having political power. They don't want to show that stuff. These are the things that we want shown. And when people don't want to show, like for another example, they don't want to show how like this picture to me is extremely interesting because you see a colonial style built home or building in the background. You see all of the reds just lined up like they just don't even know what's going on with that building. You never hear them say that they live in anything other than teepees, which is why I show this stuff. We can easily show how the Native American went from this to this in their stage of cultural assimilation. Okay? We know that the Native American was used to culturally assimilate us. We know that the African was used to culturally assimilate us. So, therefore, as the brother said, while we're trying to find the truth, we got to peel back some of the layers. We also know about the Cabbage Patch Kids by being old enough to know. This picture is also really interesting because you have Tartarian style buildings in the background, then you got white tees in the front looking like they just posing. We know they didn't build them because they would still be building this way had they built them. Okay. And as I showed before, the swarthy Europeans that showed up over here in Ellis Island. Okay. So a lot of these things that I show are just talking points because I know what they are. And many of us know what they are. To show a couple more pictures of us, I'll get a floor up.
No, that's good. Keep showing us. See, I listen. This is important. Listen, the truth is important no matter what. The truth is the only thing that's going to free you. The truth is the only thing that's going to free the world. Let's keep it a buck, man. If foundational Black Americans don't get their just due, if we don't get our truth out there and reach our fullest potential, the world's not going to reach their fullest potential. You're always going to be capped. And all we're saying is take the caps off us. Don't
Yep.
don't marginalize us because you want everybody to catch up. No. Take the cap off us and let's make it real fair and let the chips fall where they're made, because that's a true meritocracy. A true meritocracy is not providing benefits to a certain group. See, the young lady that was up in here, let's keep it a buck, she's been coddled her whole life.
Yep.
So when you start hitting her with the truth, she doesn't want to hear it. It doesn't matter because it's like it shatters her whole belief system. See, when your belief has been on a lie your whole life, you don't want the truth. Matter of fact, you can't handle the truth.
It's too difficult.
It's way too difficult. Way too difficult.
That is not, I have not been coddled my whole life. That is not true if you're speaking about me. And I don't even know why I was kicked off.
Ma'am, you said you had to go, ma'am. I heard you.
It sure
Oh,
did.
I didn't.
No, that's
I
all right.
did, but I wanted to
doesn't
like finish my
finish, sister.
point, and then somebody else, was talking. So, and then I was kicked off. I hadn't
Ma'am,
been coddled my whole life.
a lot of this truth is
That's not
difficult.
fair.
A lot of this truth is difficult for people.
You don't even know me. You think I've been coddled my whole life?
So, well, you have been shut off from knowledge like the rest of the world has been shut off from knowledge. If you've been to school in the United States of America,
Yeah.
you've been indoctrinated. You haven't been
Have
educated.
you been in school in the United States of America?
Yes.
All right, are you coddled?
Listen. If you've been to
But
school
we have been
in the
lied to.
United States of America, you were not educated, but you were indoctrinated. Let me say that again. If you went to the educational system in the United States of America, you were not educated, you were indoctrinated. And that goes for everybody. If you live in the United States, you are under heavy propaganda and witchcraft.
No, I agree.
Welcome to the true North Korea. They want to tell you North Korea is under propaganda, witchcraft, and indoctrination, but what they don't want to tell you is the propaganda and witchcraft that they've been throwing down to their American citizens for hundreds of years. I just showed you in 1828 they rewrote the definition of an American. They just
And
rewrote it.
then in 1864, bro, look, and then in 1864, bro, they come marching through the city where I live, or whatever. Hold on. They come marching through the city where I live, General W.T. Sherman, destroying everything in 1864, bro.
Can I say something? Can I just say something? The
You're not
hate that I'm getting in
understanding
these
something,
comments.
Sonny. In
No, hold on one second.
Let her finish,
1864,
bro. Let her finish. Let
Atlanta.
her finish her point.
Can I just say something?
Nobody's
She
hating on you. Nobody's
she
hating on
only knows white man miseducation system. That was in the comments.
you. Everybody know the comments are
I'm not supposed to be here. That's another comment.
You're on the panel, man. You don't when you're on the panel, you don't pay attention to the comments. You're on the
Oh
panel.
no, I'm just
The
saying
panel
it's
is
so
gonna
like
say what they want to say,
racist.
and sometimes let's keep it real.
Oh my God,
Sometimes,
nobody's trying to be
Well, look
racist.
at the
Like
comments
standing up
about
for
me.
yourself,
No,
standing up for ourselves is
hold
not
on,
us
hold on,
being racist.
hold on, hold on,
Good
hold on,
morning.
hold
Just
on.
look
I'm
at the
gonna
comments. That's all I'm
Hey,
saying.
can y'all blow up my screen real quick?
Yeah, we
Good
can't. Hold on, hold
Why
morning.
on,
is
real quick.
she here? That's another one. Reggie.
Hold on, real quick.
What up, Reg? You want
Hold
to
on,
speak? Say something. It's like
hold on.
mean. It's like
Hold
also
on, Sonny.
mean.
Hold on,
Good.
Sonny. Listen, I extend grace to people who come up here. I always want to extend grace because I believe everybody needs to know the truth, whether they heard it before, whether they haven't heard it before. Listen, there's no excuse for anybody. When you come in contact with truth, truth is truth. Now, if you don't bear witness to it being true, that's on you. But I extend grace there. I want them to at least hear the truth. Now, if they go to sleep and wrestle with it and say, "Oh, these were just some crazy," that's fine with me too. But I'm not going to shout a person out who's never ever heard this before and just assume they're supposed to just accept it. You ever heard of it's a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down? Well, I'm going to try to give you some sugar with it. I'm not going to try to just shove the medicine down your throat because it's going to be bitter. It's not going to taste good. Okay? But I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I'm going to try to sprinkle at least a little bit of grace upon it when you receive it. That's all. So I give everybody a chance to speak in this live. We're not going to say, "Oh, you don't belong here." If you request it up, I believe there must have been a reason for you to be. If you're in this live, there's a reason that you're here. You're not just here by happenstance. You're not just here because you stumbled in the dark and you found the light switch. No, it's a reason. There's some ancestor, there's something ancient, there's somebody that wants you to hear the truth. So I'm going to give you that opportunity to hear it. And sometimes the comment's going to say some things. You just got to overlook it. You got to have tough skin in here. If you're going to come in this room, you got to have tough skin and you got to stand on business. As
Good
long as you
morning.
stand on business, nobody can say nothing. If you say something, back it up.
Good morning. Can I have my 2 cents, please?
I got some evidence
Two,
for you.
yeah, real quick. Let me put you on the screen real quick. Hold on. Let me put this brother on the screen real quick, and then I'll let you come up and talk a little bit. But this is what it is.
So
Go ahead.
this is Malachi York. He's the founder of the Aboriginal movement, but a lot of people that weren't there back in the day that are young, they don't recognize this guy. So he was around. He was one of the first ones talking about we were the mound builders. He was a kid of Sam York. Sam York built the mounds. One of the first ones calling the Native Americans Mongoloid types and all that, or mixed Mongoloid types. He started the 𝗖𝗄𝗄 of the Moors and the Washington of the Moors. He was the founder, but the thing is, he went to jail for messing with little people that he he was Egyptian, he was a Muslim, he was to be Pan, they were not black and Liberian. So a lot of the pseudo info about the Aboriginal movement started with this guy right here. You can go look it up. He also said we were aliens too. And own head people.
Okay.
Man, go on trying to re-indoctrinate these folks, King Cash.
What
And
year
look,
was this
Go
brought
on
out,
trying to
bro?
Sachi is
re-indoctrinate
one
these
of
folks,
his
King
biggest
Cash.
followers. This is Sachi.
Go on trying to
This is
re-indoctrinate these
Sachi. This is one
folks.
of his biggest followers.
He's trying to re-indoctrinate y'all.
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother.
Sachi, I got this picture. You had this picture on your stuff. Sachi on YouTube.
Okay.
What year is this brother out here saying this, man? Because you talking about he went to jail.
Yeah,
I'm
a lot of
curious
us
as to
know
when
about
this period of time in
Malachi
history
York,
was.
brother. I'll be honest with
He
you.
talking about a dude that was a Pan-African that uses all the
Hold on, brother. You just can't come on and just start ranting and raving. You gotta wait a little bit. Now, I done been in some lives with Malachi York children, and they don't seem to have it all together, brother. I mean, the brother, everything starts out good. Everything starts out clean and honest and pure, and then somewhere down the line, it becomes tainted.
Nah, but what he's trying to do is associate American Indian and what we teaching to dude, and it has nothing to do with dude.
Yeah,
This is going on way before him.
I agree.
Sir, you got it from him.
No, we didn't get nothing from him. You trying to do that to assassinate the movement of these people waking up to the truth because you are Pan-African. You want them locked in Pan-Africanism.
Yeah, no, we're not. Yeah, that is true.
What year, brother? I'm gonna ask this again. What year
we're not followers
was he
of Malachi
around
York.
and doing his thing and sending his message out?
We're not followers of Malachi York, brother. I'm gonna let you know that right now. We're not
Been
followers.
around since the 70s.
1970s.
This was going on way before 1970.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. No.
Hello,
No.
Hills. Let me holler at you, Hills. That's my sister page, my page band. Can I speak on the topic as an outside party real quick?
Real quick, brother. Real quick.
Yeah, real fast. So let me just bring you a little bit of facts, real. So as far as the Pan-African movement, as we know, that's fairly new or whatever. But the Nuwapian movement that was started by the level 7, which you would call the Nuwapians or the Nuwapos. That was a
Brother Polite and all those guys. Come on.
That was a fairly new idea. However, the American Indian movement as well, was on way before reclass. Exactly. That's all. And we didn't get our teachings from him. He got his teachings from us, as we can tell by history. That's all I was gonna say. I'm out here.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm gonna add, Mr. I'm gonna stay out of that.
Yeah. Listen, I get y'all trying to bring. This is the first time ever somebody trying to bring Malachi York up in. That's the first time. And listen, I'm gonna be honest, brother. I don't. All I know is what I heard about him. They've done many documentaries. I've actually talked to some of his children, and they don't seem like they rap too tight. I mean, it seems like there was some PDF file going on, if you understand what I'm saying. That they talk. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like something started out pure and then it got corrupted. So
and what this man is trying to do is associate something that has nothing to do with it.
That ain't got nothing to do with us, brother. That ain't got nothing to do with
I don't have to do it. It's already done.
Sir, American Indians existed and was teaching their children that they was American Indians before Malachi Z. York was ever born.
I just got to drop them because that was just too random and too weird. And it's like, brother.
That was a Pan-African tactic. That's the type of stuff you're going to have to deal with when you start waking up.
I don't even want to touch that, brother. I don't even want to go in. Like I said, I've talked to some of this Malachi York's children, and they not wrapped too tight. They got a lot of things going on that they need some healing from. Because I don't know what was done, but something was done to them. Something. Because they're just...
Too much. You're going to be on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be on tomorrow, man. I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'm gonna be on tomorrow.
You know, it's about 2:00, almost 2:30 my time.
We gonna wind it down. We'll go for another. We'll go for another 10
Oh
15
my
minutes.
gosh, you know who it is. What's up, people? How's it going?
Okay, you don't come in like that, brother. That's what you don't do, and don't say anything random or racist. Don't do that. Okay.
Sonny, I
My
would say
bad.
this to you.
I came
The
in
only
with some
thing we're
evidence
trying to
here.
do is give some information that you may not have been privy to. If you take nothing else from this conversation, please try and take that aspect of it. That is just a different section of the library that you've never been in before.
Absolutely. And I didn't join because I was trying to educate anyone or like debate anyone. I really just joined because I wanted to like hear what everyone had to say and, you know, add my little 2 cents, but ask questions. I really am a really nice person and really want to know where everyone's coming from. So if I came off as like a jerk or whatever, that wasn't my intention.
Okay. Fair
No,
enough.
and that's why I wanted to make sure personally and just let you know I get it. Sometimes our passions get a little strong, but it really is just shared information.
Yeah.
And we get it. It may not be information you're even prepared to hear, but it's information nonetheless.
Listen,
And
I'm
that's
Well, I
what you're here
appreciate
for.
that.
gonna hold another day
Information
for
is the king
Malachi.
doing a lot of heavy lifting, to be honest.
Hold on, we are Regent. Hold on. I'm gonna hold another day to talk about Malachi York. But not today, not tonight. We don't got the
He's a
time.
sexual predator too.
Oh my God, we gotta drop this dude. This dude is just big.
I appreciate.
He's saying all the wrong words.
Uh, I don't
Just call
even
me
know how
cousin,
to.
baby. Just call me cousin,
Okay.
baby.
All right. I tried to like sound it out. It really didn't work out for
Actually,
me,
sweeter, it's cousin, Uncle Grampy. That's what it is.
uh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. So listen, Uncle Elroy. Another day, I'll bring you up, man, and we can unpack the Malachi York thing, right? Because again, there's a lot to unpack with that, and I don't want to taint or confuse the room because some people know about him, a lot of people don't, and this brother was, like I said, he at one time he probably started out righteous, but as you become a god, people start looking at you like a god. All I gotta say is things happen, man. I don't know. Same thing like our politicians. They may start out all bright-eyed.
Jerry Falwell was almost pure.
Yeah.
But
Everybody starts out
what
pure.
happened after him was straight corruption. Okay.
Yeah. It's like all our politicians, they may have one point they were green and they thought, oh, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna change them, I'm gonna change America for the great, and we're gonna do good. And then that money come, them secret rooms come, and then they're like, you know what? I'm gonna go and get these butter biscuits over here and f everybody else. So that's kind of what happens.
Just when y'all
Let-
have
it's-
that conversation about Malachi, don't let him angle it as if Malachi was an Indian, because he was a Pan African, Egyptian. He was anything to get people to draw into his little coat.
And I mean, he didn't switch. I mean, the brother switched so many times, and I'm just surprised that people were under the spell. I mean, he had people under a spell that they fell for it.
Listen, man, that is what these preachers and people who can ease pimps, for lack of a better way to say, that's what they do. Now, that being said, Emerald, you got something to say?
Yes, thank you. For a long, long time.
Yeah, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Good day. Yeah. I'm South American, and my two.
Suriname? Where are you from?
Yes, Suriname. Yeah.
Shout out to Suriname. We rock with y'all. Go ahead.
Yes, we rock with y'all too. My children were born in French, and they have a French nationality. But me, I was surprised that they're telling all their friends around them that they're Americans. So I was like, one is 15, one is 10. I was like, you're French. If French is going to war now, you're going with them. You have French nationality. No, 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 ma. We are originally from the Americas. So I'm like, okay, this generation of children, they have another mindset. So even if they're born in another part of the world, they find out that they're not from there, even if they have the nationality of France. The French are claiming them as European, and they are saying, no, 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 we're Americans. So I'm very proud of them, and I wanted you to know that the generation that is coming after us, they are awake, they are ready to take all the new information what we have to give to them, and they are embracing it. The most people that are not are the people that are 40 and 50 years and over. These ones and we don't really put our attention on them. We really want to put our attention
For our children. Right.
for our children.
And don't count Generation X out. The 40, 50-year old, don't count us out, man, because we're not done yet. And we do understand that we have a new nation of riders coming up from up under us, and they have to be taught properly. Now, this new generation is even more of a rider than we are. Let's keep it above. They may not. You put some direction with some of these youngsters, and they can take that ball and dribble it and dunk it. You understand what I'm saying? We just got to get the right information, and we have to lead by example, because this new generation, they're not just listening to this. That's why they can tell you, hey, I may have a nationality of this, but I'm really that.
Yeah. And I was surprised.
Now, the issue is a lot of these non-FBA Africans, they're the ones that leaving their children behind, because their children don't know who they are. Their children don't want to be African. Their children want to be everything but African. You understand? And that's why we have to, that's why we have to come down hard, like we got to come down and stand on business, because you got first, second, third generation Nigerians saying, I'm American. But no, you are Nigerian. And your mission and your plan should be to help your homeland, not to come over here and enjoy the fruits of other people's labor in a land that you didn't toil, a land that your ancestors didn't suffer in. And that's the biggest issue. They come in, they assimilate, and they immediately they start cosplaying like they're Black Americans.
Yes.
Can I ask you guys a question?
My son and
Politically, I'm
me.
so sorry, Emerald. I'm so sorry, and I'm going to go in a minute.
My son.
Are you guys?
My son from.
And what political standpoint do you guys?
At the same time.
I'm so sorry, Emerald. I'm going to go in a minute, but what political standpoint? Not that it matters in any way, but I'm just wondering.
Most people here are independent.
Independent.
We think for ourselves. We're not left. We're not right.
Yeah.
I'm not loyal to a Republican, and I'm not loyal to a Democrat. I am loyal to my agenda.
In the middle.
Oh, well, I love that.
We rightly divide truth. If the Republicans got something for us and it's good, we're gonna take it. If the Democrats got something for it and it's good, we're gonna take it. But we're not going to stand for the propaganda and the witchcraft, and we're not radical left, and we're definitely not radical right. We're common sense, if anything. It's got to be common sense. Now, right now, Trump is doing what he's doing, and some people are liking what he's doing, and some people are like, man, you know what? I got an issue with Trump, but he's not harming me, so I'm gonna let him do what he's gonna do. So I look at Trump like he's a Nebuchadnezzar type. Right now he's going after all Black American enemies right now. So if Black Americans had enemies, Trump is crushing those enemies right now, and we're going to let him do that. We're not going to stop him. We're going to let him do what he's going to do until he starts. I'm going to say it like this: as long as nobody's focusing on Black Americans, we are okay. Leave us alone. Let us fix our own community. Let us do what we need to do as Black people. We can figure it out. We don't need no help. We don't need nobody to come in and wag their finger and critique us. We got this. We know exactly what we need to do. Leave us alone. Everybody's focused on deporting the people that shouldn't be here, putting tariffs on the people that were being unfair to us. We're okay with that. Just don't mess with what we got going on over here. Leave us alone. Don't mess with our cities. Don't mess with our people. Don't focus on us. Leave us alone. And we're cool with it. That's pretty much it.
So I was really surprised about the reaction of my kids, the 15-year-old and the 10-year-old, when I was telling them, you are French nationality, so if there's something you have to go with the French. And they're like, no, my mother is South American, my father is South American, I am an American, so I'm not going anywhere with no French. So that is what I wanted to share with you.
My opinion is that your children are doing the right thing when it comes to that colonial power. That Western neo-colonial power has been a detriment to Black people everywhere they've gone.
I mean, they got a history, man. They go dating all the way back to Haiti. They got a history of messing with people of color. They have a history of messing with melanated people. And they've never really been on the right side of history, if we want to be honest. When have the French really been on the right side of history? They really have.
And I find out that then generation before me, they're claiming to be French. The generation before me, 50 and 40 and above, they claiming to be French. All these French colonized countries are saying that they are French, and they're not acknowledging that they are Americans, especially the ones in the islands like Martinique, Guadeloupe, Guyane Française. These people are claiming to be French. So I find out that the new generation that is coming is not claiming that. They already get it, like they get it by birth, knowing that they're not what people tell them they are.
All we got to do is leave them the information.
Yeah.
And trust that the ancestors is going to help them rightly divide it.
I sure know they do.
But we got to leave them the trail. We got to give them something to look up, something to discover, something to find. And once they get a hold of it, they're going to take it and make it for their generation. And that's all we can ask. There's one thing I believe in. If you're going to be a leader of anything, if you're going to be a teacher of anything, you got to have a predecessor. Make sure that we're giving the youth something to follow, something to cling on to, something to believe in. If we do that, we did our job. And the best way to do it, the best way to teach the youth is to lead by example. Practice what you preach. They will listen more, they will see more, and they will latch on more to something that they can handle. Better than something that they just heard.
Exactly.
One of the greatest things I've had in my life that was crucial to my life was my father. He led by example. I knew what character was because my father embodied character. I knew what integrity was because my father was integrity. You understand what I'm saying? I knew what it was because that's who he was. One thing I loved about my dad never lied to me. He never told me a lie. And that's the best thing you can do for your children. No matter how harsh the truth is, never lie to your children. If you can do that, you're going to raise a mighty generation.
Yeah. I was doing that actually. I was checking. I was just putting them to the test, and I find out that there are they are they came with the mindset, like this generation has already been programmed somehow. It was like, yeah, actually, and I was surprised. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys.
Okay. Well, we're about to close it up out. I gotta
Thank
get.
you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for coming. Give King Pronka, tell that brother he's a writer from Suriname. We rock with him. He comes to my live often. Let him
oh
know
yes, that
that
is
he's
our
doing
brother. Yeah,
a
he's doing.
Let him know that he's doing a fantastic job. Y'all rally
Thank you.
behind King Pronka. Y'all
Yes,
hold
yes.
him up. Y'all support that brother because he has a big work ahead of him. Okay?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're gonna all circle back around. And I'm telling you, once we all get on code, once we all get our group together, we're gonna
Yeah.
circle back around and we're gonna be the Americas. You understand?
Exactly.
And it's
As
all
we were
about
supposed to
what we
be.
got going on over here versus what they got going on over there. Because they don't got nothing going on compared to what we got going on. Don't let them lie
Exactly.
to you and tell them they got all the resources. No, they don't. We don't need anything over there.
Yes, exactly. So that is what they are. They're trying to brainwash all people around the South Americas, the Caribbean islands. So it's a really tough job. It's really tough to get the best information, the good information. But we follow you, and then we learn more. There's more that we didn't know, and we learn from you more because you are more information. You have more information, more logic than we
This
had.
is the advantage that y'all got. We're the most documented people on the planet.
Yes, exactly. So we have
Everything
to
is
follow you.
documented. So if y'all just look at the blueprint that we're setting, that we're laying down, y'all can take this same blueprint and feed it to y'all youth and
Yes,
build yourself up the same exact way.
we are following you. We are following you because we know that you must know more than we know.
Well, like I said, we
We've
got
had
the
a longer history of
right.
fighting white supremacy,
Frequencies,
and we
yeah.
know every card in their deck.
That's
And
exactly.
trusting us,
Whatever happened to
and
us, you best be for sure it's coming for you. But it
Exactly.
happened to
And it
us
did actually.
first. It happened to us first.
Yeah, and it did actually because all our information was burned down. All our information, they burned a lot of buildings. A lot of information was burned down when they find out that we want to know things. People are coming all the way from Europe to burn our shit down. Literally.
Yes, because
Yeah.
they
On the
want
life and
y'all
a
to
lot of
know.
us.
And
So it's
believe me, we had the same things happen here. They burned down Chicago
I
in
know.
1890. They did everything to show that they put a number on the people. See, they don't even look, the people don't even know who the original Americans are. They think that black people are immigrants in this
Yeah.
country. Black Americans are immigrants, and we're not. We are the founders. We are the originals that inhabited here. We are the original coppered, colored races here, already here. When the Europeans came over, they found afros and twists and locks.
Yep.
They found the
listen,
𝗖𝗓𝗄, they found the Creek, they found the Seminole, they found the Choctaw, they found the Cherokee, they found the Blackfoot, they found the Gullah. They don't want no problem with the Gullah because the Gullahs wasn't giving up nothing.
Playing, yeah. Yeah.
So
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 when
that's
I
what
listen
it is.
to your history, I'm like, holy crap, they did the same thing here. They did the same thing in Haiti. So it was an agenda. It was
the
really
Western
structured.
neo-colonial powers
They worked the
only
same
have
way.
one agenda, and they only run the same playbook. They do
See,
not change the playbook. They just
the
change
Most
the
High
imagery
is
that you
awesome.
see.
The Most High is awesome because He's not gonna let His people be destroyed and not know nothing. And even if we didn't know anything, we have this blood memory that reminds us that hey, something's off.
Something is not, something is up. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
always gonna let us know that hey, man, I know what they're telling us, but it just doesn't resonate with me as much because
It
something's
doesn't
off.
add up.
And as long as you trust that and you start researching that, that's how you get closer and closer and closer to the truth. Now I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and then I'm gonna give everybody else a chance to say, and then we're gonna close this out. Make sure you guys go visit fbacoin.org. I want you all to do your due diligence. Yes, this is a cryptocurrency. Yes, it's 100% FBA owned and operated, and it's phenomenal, and it's for our people. We need to get on the blockchain technology. We need to migrate our people to blockchain technology. We went from analog to digital, and we need to be the first ones to hop on the blockchain technology because it is the future, and we have an opportunity to dominate that space if we want it. It's open for us to dominate the space. So let's dominate the blockchain technology space. Let's get the FBA coin. Let's get on board. Let's build up the liquidity pool. Okay, we still got a long way to go before we can release it, but we need to build up the liquidity pool and trust and believe. It's in good hands, like Allstate. No one's here to scam anybody. This is 100% for the lineage, and when you do something for the lineage, you do it always with excellence. Okay, excellent. This is not something that we rush. This is something that we get right. Go ahead and close this out. I'm gonna let cousin. You're gonna be last. Sony, do you have any last words here? Sonny, do you have any last words? Sonny?
Oh, sorry. I've just been listening. No, I'm good.
Okay. Go ahead and close this out, cousin.
Well, one more time, if you don't know, now you know. What you're supposed to be doing in this FBA space is making sure that you are staying on code. And part of getting on code is being in the know with the new black media. The new black media will be Professor Black Truth, the Black Authority, Tariq Nasheed, Vicky Dillard, Lisa Cabrera, Afro Elite, Torian Rain. These brothers and sisters are out here making sure that our FBA message and our FBA delineation is moving forward with the proper momentum and the proper power from the ancestors. That being said, I say peace to my family, and let us remember, reparations is coming.
Yes, indeed. Reparations now, reparations past, present, and future. It's always going to be reparations. It's a debt that is owed, and we want that money and that land that come with it. With that being said, this is Too Much Moxie, y'all. FBA, we out. Peace.
Peace.
I want that hat.
Thank you.